Yo! Well, it looks like the Eagles have double dipped at the trade deadline for cornerbacks. And this broke about, 25 minutes ago, something like that. Okay, so want to say hi to everybody in the chat. I guess everyone just found out the news on what's going on and everything that's happening right now for the Philadelphia Eagles, okay? Now, it looks like the Eagles have acquired cornerback Jaire Alexander in a 2027 seventh-round pick from the Ravens in exchange for a 2026 sixth-round pick, okay? So the Eagles get, I think the Eagles got an extra, because the Eagles gave up, a sixth for Michael Carter in 27? So they have, now they have an extra seventh-round pick, I think, in 27, which is good. I think the sixth-round pick that the Eagles have, I think, is from the Broncos that we have. So, I mean, all right, so context to this trade. Okay, I've been following the Ravens a little bit, not probably that much. We know they're not playing up to par right now. A lot of injuries on that team as of right now. Why isn't my bot working here? Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I'm checking why my bot is not running for chat. Give me like 2 seconds. This way we're good to go. All right, here we go. Okay. I had to refresh the bot. Give the chat's gonna pop up on the screen. Just give it like a minute because it'll take a little bit of time. So the Eagles give up so the Eagles acquire, let's see, Jaire Alexander, a 27 seventh-round pick from the Ravens in exchange for a 26 sixth-round pick, okay? So context on this move as of right now, okay? Alexander was a healthy scratch the past 2 games and was active but didn't play a snap in week 6. Ravens have raved about how well he's handled it, how hard he's worked to stay ready, but he obviously wants to play, and there was no immediate path to playing time. Okay? I just, I don't know if there was a health thing earlier. I don't know if there was a little bit of a health thing going on early in this season, but I'm wondering what they're doing here is because the Eagles trade for Michael Carter, right? So in your base defense, DeJean is going to play on the outside, and I think they wanted a complimentary inside guy in Michael Carter. We all knew that maybe that DeJean would play on the outside full-time. Maybe that's still the plan right now. I'm not really sure, but it ends up looking like in base, they might want to find a guy that can come in on base. Maybe that's the case. Maybe they moved Cooper to full-time. I really don't know. But getting Jaire Alexander now, okay, a guy that's dealt with injuries in the past. I don't know if he was injured this year, but this is a really good fucking trade. You gave up nothing. If Howie Roseman's giving up 6 7th-rounders, you're giving up absolutely nothing for a guy like this that's a Pro Bowler, great on coverage, a veteran presence. You're getting a guy that wants to play and wants to start and wants to do some things. So this has got to be a depth move, right? I mean, this has got to be depth. So if like the reports of if context is saying that he wants his path of so-called playing time, where is this really leading? Like where is this going? So I'm not really sure what the move actually is with him. The new Eagles cornerback Jaire Alexander overflap with DB's coach Christian Parker in Green Bay from 19 to 20, when Parker served as the team's defensive quality control coach. So that's really good to know. So Christian Parker, our DB's coach, was quality control for the Packers, I think, in 2019 for 1 year, pretty much for 1 year. So I mean, goodbye Ringo and goodbye Adoree Jackson ever hitting the field ever again. And I'm telling you right now, like, because there are going to be so many guys coming back, especially from your defensive line, I'm starting to think now that maybe, okay, that you're gonna end up getting rid of somebody. I mean, Adoree's going to have to get released off this team or something. There's no way. there's no way that they're going to be able to keep all those guys that are happening right now. You know what I mean? So, I mean, as of right now, your cornerbacks, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Jaire Alexander, Michael Carter, Jacorian Bennett, Keely Ringo, Dory Jackson, Mac McWilliams. 4, 5, 6. You have 8 corners. They're not keeping 8. Like, some move is going to have to be made this week. If Mac, I'm not really I don't know if this is all in the active roster as of right now, but I mean, they're going to keep Jacorian Bennett here. Okay, they're going to keep Jacorian Bennett on the active roster most likely, but I wonder if they release the one of Keely Ringo or Dory Jackson. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. So I don't know what the plan is, but it's good depth though. You know, you have a veteran, you have good depth, which is great. We're better than yesterday, guys. We're way better than yesterday, and that's really all that matters. So appreciate everybody in the chat right now. Obviously, this is breaking news. Jaire Alexander to the Philadelphia Eagles. Another corner, Howie Roseman dipping at cornerback, which is great. So let me know what you guys think. Davon, what's going on, buddy? J2 Nasty, what's going on? We got Jonathan, Harvey, what's going on, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Let's see here. Jonathan Harvey says, Michael Carter and now Jaire Alexander is better than Adoree and Ringo sharing cornerback duties. Next draft, Howie must target a top corner for corner 2 round 1. Yeah, I mean, potentially, yeah. I mean, there's going to be a lot. There's going to be some big needs for this draft next year, okay? They're going to need an edge rusher. Number 2, they're going to need a big-time tight end because there's no tight ends that are extended beyond this season. So tight end's going to be a big hole. You know, so I don't know what the offensive line-wise, they're going to be drafting an offensive lineman. I think that's a given. But I think edge, corner, tight end, big ones for the Philadelphia Eagles, no doubt. Big ones, you know? Let's see. Because I was saying we need an edge. There's rumors that Johnson from the Jets is going for a second and Philip a third. Yeah, so there's some more rumors regarding the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Miami Dolphins lost on Thursday night. Okay, they lost on Thursday night, and they just fired their GM. So there's more news coming out now. I'm trying to get this to look a little bit better. Let's see. He says the Eagles are making calls around the NFL looking for edge rushers. According to Rossini, Philadelphia has called about Dolphins edge Jalen Phillips and Jets edge Jermaine Johnson. MIA. So Miami wants a 3rd round pick for Phillips. New York wants a 2nd round pick for Johnson. Okay. It might be a tough one. Now, Jermaine Johnson already said that he wasn't going to get traded, that all the rumors were bullshit, but who knows, you know, what they're going to be saying after this. But Jalen Phillips is probably a big one for me. And we'll see how that goes. I mean, I like Will McDonald a lot, and I do like Jermaine Johnson. I like the kid from, I like the older vet from, or really the guy going into really his good years right now with 4.5 sacks is Carl, what's his name from the Saints? Granderson is another one I really do like. But yeah, Jose Jones with the super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. Let me catch up on these. They moved Epps and Aziz to IR to make a room. Okay, so they already came out. So I haven't read any of the other news that's been going on. So they moved Epps and Aziz to IR. Epps already hurt already, dude? Jesus. I mean, he had a season-ending injury last year. And Azeez Ojulari, I mean, we kind of already knew it. He's already back to being hurt once again. So I guess that makes that makes room for a couple guys, which is good. So they're gonna have a lot of depth at corner, a lot of bodies there. Did I expect them to double dip at this position? Hell fucking no, I didn't. I did not even think that they were going to do this whatsoever. Appreciate that super chat, buddy. Chris says, Jaire got anything left? I think so. I think at his age right now, I think you have enough in him to, with a good defense around him, I think he'll flourish. He's that older vet that's going to flourish around and be more of a role player, but, you know, his skill set will look a lot better moving forward. I agree with that. Eagles Eye 71 with the super chat says, I really think they're going to try and trade Ringo. Where's the value, though? Is there really value? I mean, look, if they can get a 7th round pick for him, I'll be happy about it. So it's not even really a big deal. You know, so we'll see what goes on with that move. If it looks pretty good. I'm making sure I'm not missing another super chat here. Here we go. Beast Guard 24 with the super chat says, we have done well with the 2 bums at cornerback. Upgrade? Yeah. I mean, Ringo has played pretty good the last couple games. I think okay, but I mean, it's only going to last for so long. I mean, we just faced the Giants, which they're already out a cornerback in that game, and then they lost another corner in the game. So, they lost not a corner. Ringo, I think they only targeted Ringo one time. Sorry, I'm thinking about wide receiver. They only targeted Ringo one time last week. So Ringo might have an advantage to stay on this roster just because of special teams, because he is a pretty good special teamer. I think we can all agree with that. But they gave up nothing. They gave up fucking nothing, dude. Appreciate the super chat. Kevin Prince, appreciate the super chat. Says Jaire on the number 2 wide receiver and Coop back at slot is perfect. Jaire will replace Slay's role. I agree with that. I feel like now I'm kind of confused right now. So look, here's the context. Here's the context for Jaire Alexander, what's been going on. We know he's been a healthy scratch. So Alexander was a healthy scratch the past 2 games and was active but didn't play a snap in week 6. Ravens have raved about how well he's handled, how hard he's worked to stay ready, but he obviously wants to play, and there's no immediate path to playing time. So did he play a lot of games this year? I mean, I haven't watched the Ravens all year, and obviously I'm just jumping on stream talking about it now, so I don't really know all the info when it comes to all that. Did he get hurt early in the season? Somebody let me know. But we'll see. Appreciate that super chat, Kevo. Appreciate it, buddy. Blaze with the super chat. Let's go. I said Jaire, a zone corner. Ravens played a lot of man. Oh, maybe that could be the reason too. Maybe they just took him out of. Maybe he's just not a scheme fit. And remember, Jaire Alexander went to the Ravens because he was taking less money to play with Lamar Jackson. Okay, he took less money to play with Lamar Jackson. That's what he really wanted. It was really because of Lamar Jackson that he went there. And we were kind of saying his name this past offseason program too. We kind of wanted him in the building, but the double. I mean, I can't really complain. I mean, look, I don't even know if they're going after an edge rusher at this point. I really hope so. I think they're looking. I mean, they've given up nothing for 2 corners. They've given up like a 6th and a 7th. That's it. They've given up a 6th and a 7th round, or what? 2 6-rounders. They've given up nothing for 2 cornerbacks right now. Okay, and you're talking about a couple pieces that you need. You don't need to make some big move. We don't understand the Myles Garrett shit came out the last couple days, but they need more rotational guys a little bit cheaper, and I think there's plenty of guys out there like that. You know what I mean? So if Jaire Alexander was out of a scheme fit with the Ravens and it just wasn't working out, and he's been waiting for playing time at this point, we'll see what happens. Plus, the Eagles are on the bye week, and there's more, resting for a lot of these players. So, are the Eagles good with what they have on that defensive line? With Brandon Graham coming back, with Nolan Smith coming back, Jalix Hunt looks like he's just starting to turn up a little bit, which is good, not too bad. Okay, so look at Jaire Alexander. I mean, I'm telling you, Jalix Hunt looks like he's, at least going in the right direction. Getting Brandon Graham back, like I said, so they're getting a lot of reinforcements back. Jahad Campbell, he hasn't done much. It's not his fault because they've taken him out of position pretty much from linebacker. So we're hoping for good things, man. We're hoping for good things. This has been a very productive trade deadline. At least they have until Tuesday. Tuesday at 4:00 is the deadline for the trade deadline for anybody to make trades. So we'll see how that goes. Jay Nancy, I heard Asante Samuel Jr. has started doing workouts for a few teams. I wonder if he's going to do workout for the Eagles because we would get him for cheap too. Yeah, I mean, I think that's it, dude. They got 2 guys. I think that's it. I think that's enough bodies as of right now. You picked up 2 guys. At least 2 guys, because Alexander could play inside and outside, which is great, but it's primarily outside guy and can play zone really well. And you have Michael Carter, that's purely pretty much an inside guy, has played over 80% of the snaps inside. So when the Eagles are playing in base defense, when Cooper's on the outside, Michael Carter can come right to the inside. So I don't know what this Jaire Alexander move is. I mean, I don't think they're I don't know if he's going to be the number 2 corner full time. You know what I mean? Maybe he is, which is good. So if he's got some shit left in the tank, then you got your number 2 corner. I mean, then they want to put him on the field. If they want to put him on the field, Jaire Alexander is your number 2 corner right now. And that's just fucking great. Nobody can bitch about this move. Nobody can bitch about it. Eagles on center. What's going on, buddy? So what's good, bro? Not going to live. Love this move by Howie. Not only is he an all-pro, but the energy this kid will bring is unmatched. His personality will fit perfectly. Oh, I agree with that. Jaire Alexander has a good reputation in the league. It says it all in his statistics. And to come to the Philadelphia Eagles, where we kind of wanted him. I mean, look, let's be real here. Off-season program, we were like, we need to trade for a corner. We were talking about, how many times did we talk about Greg Newsome? A shit ton. And then 3 weeks ago, he was traded to the Jaguars. I didn't think they were going to go out and get like a Denzel Ward, or people were saying Sauce. Like, people need to be realistic with, you know what I mean? Especially a rental, but you just need someone to play a little bit above average. You need somebody a little tiny bit above average to kind of hold that down. And to get a veteran player in the building, I mean, shit, it's gonna make me way more comfortable, when it comes to the defensive passing game, which is great, But I think this is a really good move. We got 570 in chat. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't. We cover the Eagles every single day, and hit the like button like crazy right now. I do appreciate it. It helps the algorithm. You know how YouTube is. So I love you all. Love you all. All right, so we're gonna do. Can I do this from here? Let me see if I could do this. We're gonna do a poll right now. So let's add a poll. All right. And then we'll go over it at the end here. Okay. Vote up, vote up, vote up. Let's get some votes in. See what everybody's thinking in the chat. I don't do polls a lot, but let's do one right now. I don't see why not. You know what I mean? I don't see why not. All right, so we're gonna read, obviously, just a little bit here. As long as we don't have anything popping up right now. Eagles have pulled off another trade for cornerback. The time the Eagles acquired former Pro Bowl Jaire Alexander from the hold on, let me change this. These pages are getting kind of nuts a little bit, so let's move that here. Good. So Eagles get Jaire Alexander, 2027 7th round pick. Ravens get a 2026 6th round pick. Okay, Alexander 28 and a Pro Bowler in 2020 and 22 with the Packers. But has played in just 2 games with the Ravens this season, which isn't a bad thing, because you know what? I mean, it's not a bad thing either. Now I don't know why. Somebody said his knee was getting drained. I don't know what's going on with that. Somebody said his knee was getting drained. I don't know. I could be wrong. Is this shit not working now? Oh, I'm clicking the wrong fucking thing. I'm an idiot, number one. So let's just say I'm an idiot for that. Quietly 1805 said, I like this singing. I wanted him in the offseason. I think a lot of us wanted him in the offseason when he was a free agent, and we didn't really like the situation we were at cornerback. I think a lot of us wanted him, and now we do get him. So I just need to know why he only played 2 games this season. Like, the Ravens are making it seem like he has been wanting playing time and hasn't gotten it or hasn't deserved it. I don't know. Like I said, I just jumped on stream, so I'm not, you know what I mean? So I don't know, like, all the ins and outs of what's going on. Yeah, by the way, there's no shakedown, though. Unfortunately, I texted him after this trade went down, so he made some reservations to have dinner with his family. So he says he's going to make a quick video for today, and that's it. So there's no shakedown, unfortunately. But maybe we'll have a shakedown on Monday, something like that. So I would see why not, to kind of talk about everything. So I think there'll be a shakedown the next couple days, most likely, with that. So Slick with the super chat says low risk, high reward as Jaire stays healthy. Yeah. All right. So what's wrong with his health? What's going on with him? That's what I want to know. Blaze said, yeah, I did. My buddy is a Ravens fan. That's what he was telling me. So his knee is getting drained. So, okay. So it doesn't sound something serious, but Joe, what's going on, buddy? Says, exactly, Joe. I don't understand fans. The low risk, high reward. Look at Howie's resume. Trade for players during the trade deadline versus season. Oh, yeah. Agreed, bro. I mean, you've given up nothing for 2 fucking corners. He's given up nothing. 6th, 7th round, fucking day 3 picks for 2 guys that can help. And we're talking, we need a couple pieces. We're talking about pieces. We're talking about a piece or 2. We're not talking that our defense needs a fucking revamp right now. This team is on the verge of going into a fucking Super Bowl I'm telling you. All you got to do realistically coming off this bye week, okay? Coming off the bye week, all you got to do is win one of the Detroit or the Packers game. You got to win one of those. I mean, since you won against the Giants, which is a very good win for the Eagles, okay? And obviously winning against the Rams, winning against, obviously, Tampa Bay. I mean, KC was really just a bragging rights game, really, because they're AFC. There's no playoff implications with them. But this is they got to win on Monday night versus the Packers. And the thing with both games between Packers and Detroit, shit, they're in contention. They're in contention to have home field advantage. You know, so it's really not that bad. I'm not super chat for I'm not doing okay right now. Well, I bet you're doing okay now. CB2 by committee. Get burnt, get benched. Yeah. It might be. It might be one of those seasons, man. I mean, bringing in bodies like that, Michael Carter, that wanted to get out of the Jets. I mean, Michael Carter got rid of his injury settlement money guaranteed for next year. His 5, 6. He's on contract for another, 2-3 years. So the Eagles, I don't know what's going to look like contract-wise, but they could keep him around if they want to as well. So his cap numbers get a little crazy, but I wonder what's going to happen there. So if it's one of those committees, get burnt, get benched, just why I'm not doing okay just right now, just said, it could be that. You know, it could be that. But you got primarily an outside guy, a veteran outside guy that's got a good resume, you know, and you're getting a guy in Michael Carter that plays really good on the inside, that has played a lot better on the inside, over 80% on the inside. Okay, so, I mean, it sounds like Jaire Alexander is your number 2 corner right now. And then in base, you're going to have Michael Carter playing on the inside. A lot of experience on the inside. Michael Carter, between having, a back injury last year with the Jets, and I think he had a concussion. Okay, what was he? A fourth, fifth round pick in 2021, and he just got a big contract from the Jets last year. So they saw some really good things out of him. We got to think too, because what's his face is in the front office with us now. Joe Douglas is here too, so he was with the Jets for a few years, so he must know. Must feel pretty good about Michael Carter coming in. But when Michael Carter gets rid of his injury settlement money, guaranteed $5-6 million, whatever it was, for 2026, just to get this trade finalized, he wants a starting job and wants to play for the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's what happened. So, not too bad. Let's see here. Alexander, 28, Pro Bowler 2022 with the Packers, but has played in just 2 games with the Ravens this season after being in total 14 games in 23 and 24 combined. While Alexander's name is well known, he has not been a factor with the Ravens this season. He has been a healthy scratch 5 games since joining the Ravens on a 1-year deal in June. But this seems like a low-risk move that could pay off for the Eagles, 100%. The Eagles have struggled to find consistent outside cornerback opposite Quinyon Mitchell as the season. Those reps have been split mostly between Keely Ringo and Dory Jackson. Cooper DeJean plays inside on nickel downs. Looking ahead, Jacorian Bennett is also eligible to come off the IR, so you could toss Alexander's name into the mix too. Yeah, I mean, look, from what Fangio said at the press conference a few days ago, it sounded like to me that they were going to give Jacorian Bennett a shot. Okay. I felt like he would have had that shot the last few weeks. The problem right now is you're getting to the middle of the season where now we don't really have enough room to be testing out guys who could win a job as of right now. We don't really have room to do that now. We don't have room to fucking have our own little fucking training camp in the middle of a season where the Eagles got to win specific games now. We got to win specific games. That's where we got to be at. That's where we're at right now. So, let's see. If Alexander gets caught up to speed, it's possibly could be a starting option to help solidify the back end of Vic Fangio's defense. Like Alexander has some familiarity with the Eagles DB coach, Christian Parker, who coached him for 2 seasons from 19 to 20 in Green Bay. Parker's last season with Alexander was Alexander's first of 2 Pro Bowl seasons. Christian Parker coaching up Jaire Alexander, that was just one of 2 Pro Bowls. That's some good information. Alexander, 5'10", 196, spent his first 7 NFL seasons in Green Bay, but the Packers released him in June. He signed with the Ravens, has not played much in Baltimore. In his career, Alexander has played 80 career games, 76 starts, 12 interceptions, 70 pass breakups. This is the second trade Eagles GM Howie Roseman has pulled off this week. On Wednesday, Roseman acquired the quarterback Michael Carter, and a 27 7th-round pick from the Jets in exchange for John Mechie and a 27 6th-round pick. All right. Hey, you know what? I can't complain. I can't complain about it. We got Essay with the super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. He says, this is a good thing if he stays healthy. If you move DeJean outside permanently as and beyond this year, and he is good, we will have him for Quinyon. What do you mean? If you move DeJean outside permanently as and beyond this year, and he is good, we will have to him or Quinyon. Well, no, I mean, I don't think they're. Well, after this move now, I don't think they're moving DeJean to the outside permanently. I don't think that'll ever happen now. Fangio literally. See, when Michael Carter got signed, I figured that maybe they did change their mind, wanted to move DeJean to the outside. Now you got Jaire Alexander for this year. They're definitely not moving DeJean now. In nickel, he's going to play nickel. He's going to play inside. But in base, DeJean will play the outside just in base. And Michael Carter will play inside. And once they play nickel again and get that zone shit going, yeah, then you're going to have Jaire Alexander as your number 2 corner opposite of Quinyon Mitchell. So, I mean, it's not a bad move. It's not a bad move. It's a very good move for literally fucking nothing. For nothing. You know? Jackson, Carter and Alexander need to get Phil ASAP and dive into the playbook. Yeah, they really do. They got time. I mean, they got plenty of time because coming off the bye week, then you have a mini bye week because they don't play until Monday night. They realistically don't even play until Monday night, you know? So we'll see how it goes. Essay with the super chat. Thank you. Appreciate it so much, bro. He says, also, if Alexander is good, we can focus on edge, right tackle, and right guard next year's draft. I'm saying we couldn't afford DeJean and Quinyon. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not really thinking about next year. I'm thinking about this year because at the end of the day, Michael Carter, he's on contract for a few years. It really depends what the Eagles are going to do with him. If they want to keep him around for another couple of years or something like that. But Jaire Alexander, the Eagles are just taking over the rest of his 1-year deal. Okay, his salary is probably absolutely nothing right now. It's probably barely anything right now. Okay, so I wouldn't make a big deal out of it. I'm not really thinking about next year too much, but you got to think of what the contracts are, and you need a number 2 corner next year if that's going to be the case. Or they keep a vet around, or you know what? Fuck it. Just keep a veteran around opposite of Quinyon Mitchell. Keep a vet. If Jaire Alexander says, hey, I want to stay in Philadelphia for another year, fuck it, let's do it. And it guarantees him playing time. He's only, 28 years old? He's in his prime. He's in his fucking prime, dude. You know? He's at the perfect age to be here for at least a year or two. I mean, fuck it. Your Super Bowl window is wide open right now for the next couple years. So I think you have to, for this year, next year, we'll see what happens down the line. But, this year and next year, very important. Very important. Tommy, what's going on, dude? Says, Jaire for a 6 is a steal. Wanted him in the offseason. Q, Coop, and him. Oh, yeah. Secondary lockdown. Yeah, it might be. I don't want to hear from nobody. I don't want to hear from fucking anybody that this guy sucks, or I don't want to hear nothing, bro. Because you know what? You've been watching pure fucking trash from CB2 since the beginning of the fucking season, and we already kind of knew that was going to happen. We had faith that Ringo would have had a better camp, and if they had a lot of faith in Ringo, and I can't put Howie down for that because The one thing I put Howie down is they had no backup plan. They literally ignored the CB2 position. They let Rodgers walk. And, Rodgers, I understand he didn't play well against us, but who plays well against A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith? Not really many players do. Not many corners do, But they didn't have a backup plan. Ja'Cory Bennett was traded for a couple days before the first preseason game, and he never really had an opportunity. So the Eagles can't afford right now. The Eagles can't afford right now to try out players. You got to start winning games. Like our defense has to be locked in. Personnel has to be locked in. This is not training camp anymore. Things have to be solidified. That's where it is, bro. That's really where it is. Grandma SS, what's going on, buddy? Hopefully don't have to worry about, appreciate the super chats. Hopefully don't have to worry about his and AJ's beef. What's your take on Hurts from the video tagged you in? Omar Julian. What happened? What do you mean tagged me? I don't know what you're saying, though. I don't even remember the beef between AJ. I don't even remember that. It's kind of weird. I don't even remember shit like that. Appreciate that super chat, by the way. Two sides of a coin, bro. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Much love. Says, I hate the Hurts talk, to be honest. Just because he has 3 wide receivers that are good, who else had 3 Hall of Fame wide receivers from 9% of the QB years? Peyton Manning, he don't get half the hate as Hurts. Go Birds. No. Well, as not even ranked as the 9th best quarterback in the league. He's the only 2nd round pick out of all of the better quarterbacks that are in front of him, And, Herbert hasn't even won a fucking playoff game yet. Josh Allen can't win on the road in KC ever. Can't win a road playoff game. So, I mean, RGM is doing the best for the team. I mean, why doesn't Howie Roseman do the same? Why doesn't other GMs do the same, do the same exact moves for other teams? It's just crazy. Hurts isn't elite. I think he's proven. And I think he gives you everything he's got under the certain circumstances. And he uses whatever to his advantage to win games and just fucking win. That's it. Appreciate that super chat, buddy. You'll say, who says Jaire is the same player he was before? Hopefully his knees could still go. I mean, look, you're looking for a guy to be a little bit above average. That's it. I mean, that's really all you're looking for. He's not a number 1 corner coming to this team where the Eagles are needy for one. Like, yeah, we're needy for a number 2, but I think as of right now, like if this defensive line can get pressure, I mean, we had some coverage sacks even last week. We had a couple of them last week. So, and Ringo only got what? He only got targeted like 1 time in that game. But we're talking about the New York Giants. I get that, but I'm not going to shit on them because it's a win against the Giants. You know what I mean? I'm not going to shit on that win at all. We needed to whoop their fucking ass. We really need to whoop their ass. You know what I mean? Let me put this chat back in because my chat ended up crashing. Okay. Kamaku said this is good for a passing game that can prepare against elite talent. Yeah, I mean, you're going to play way better in zone. Way better in zone now, which is good, Fans don't get on their team's ass like Philly does. Ain't that the fucking truth, bro? Why don't those other QBs raise their level, their teammates, since they're so elite? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. SA with the super chat says, I'd trade Ringo for a pack of pre-rolls. Yeah, it ain't looking good. It ain't looking good for Ringo and Adoree Jackson right now. I mean, obviously, like one of them is gonna go. Like one of them is going. I mean, Adoree has no value. Ringo has value. He has value to play in a game if you need him to. Okay, not saying he's going to be perfect, but he has playing ability. He has He's been a starter this year. He started some games for us this year. So there is value there for that. Even though he's not the best guy, there is value there. Okay, and he has value on special teams. Adoree Jackson, the guy can't get a second contract anywhere else for a specific reason. You know? Let's see. Grimace with the super chat. What's going on, buddy? Says I can't say the other platform of the chat. YouTube won't allow it. Check again. That's my username. I think Hertz was talking about KP. Can't say other platform in the chat. I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. I don't know what the hell we're even talking about. YouTube won't allow it. Check that. That's my username. I think Hertz was about KP. I don't. Oh, this shit. Devon Smith's the funny. Yeah, I saw that on the mic'd up. Yeah, it was great. The mic'd up. Devontae Smith on that play to Jahan Dotson. Devontae Smith, like he burnt the fuck out of that guy on that play. I mean, burnt the shit out of him. Hold on. Damn. What a good fucking day this is. Dynasty, yo, Joey, are you in Philly live streaming today? Yeah, there's no live stream. We were going to, but he's got some stuff he's got to do with his family, so. I'm hoping after Sunday, maybe we'll do a stream on Monday or Sunday night. We'll see how it goes. Rollins says, sorry if you already addressed it, but is Jaire a 1-year rental or is he on contract? He's a 1-year rental. He got signed for a 1-year deal with the Ravens. He will stay on this as the Ravens. So he will be on a 1-year deal with the Eagles or finish off his 1-year deal with the Eagles. Yes. So yes, guys, this isn't a future move. This is literally for this year. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? The Eagles aren't spending a lot of money on the trade deadline. The trade deadline has changed dramatically the last few years. It's changed a lot because there's really not big blockbuster trades the last few years. I'm glad there are teams out there that are willing to give up rotational guys. And you know what I mean? There's a lot of small little trades going on. And the Eagles have been very aggressive. This is aggressive. 100% aggressive. Watch what Hertz says at the end. Did he say something about trust? About you could trust me or I trust you or something like that to Jahan Dotson? I gotta rewatch it. I watched it a couple times. I gotta watch it again. But it was funny as shit, though. Funny as shit. Appreciate that super chat, buddy. Who's out of a coin with a super chat? Says Manning was not even a winning in the playoffs like Hertz does. To be honest, I love Manning, but damn, okay, I'm done. And just stop moving the goalpost media. Yeah, it's done. I don't really follow all that shit. Like, you guys that follow that shit, I get it. I get it. But let's see. Philly Eagle, what's going on, buddy? With the super chat, the crappy Ravens didn't play him. He stinks. Oh, you never know, dude. You never know. Mekhi Becton came here being a first-round bust, and he looked like a Pro Bowl fucking right guard for us. It means absolutely nothing. How many times, Kevin Byard was with us. He went to another team. He played well. It's about scheme fit. It's about coaching. It's about really everything altogether. So the guys that are like, well, I don't get some of you people like with some of these, and it's not disrespect towards you guys. I just don't get how like when the Eagles acquire somebody, okay, like how can you be fucking picky after the shit you've been seeing from CB2 this year? You're telling me that Jaire Alexander is worse than fucking Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo? We are some spoiled motherfuckers. We are spoiled motherfuckers. Simple as that. Just spoiled. We're spoiled. We are. We're spoiled. We're just so used to success. We keep this team at a high bar, and there's nothing wrong with that. Daniel says, please like. If liking this video definitely helps. It does. It helps tremendously. I thank you, Daniel-san. Daniel-san. Yo, Adam, what's going on, buddy boy? With the super chat. Says, don't know how to feel about Jaire. Feel like it was good. We didn't give up a whole lot for him. To be honest, just happy that I don't have to see Ringo or Adoree touch the field. Do you think he will play back? Well, oh shit, yeah, I see. I'm not even thinking about this other shit. You know, Jaire Alexander becoming the CB2 for this team and facing his former team with the Philadelphia Eagles. You know he's going to play well. You know that he's circling this shit on his calendar. And since now there's more of a reality now that he can be on the Eagles facing his former team. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're not looking for Pro Bowl potential. We're looking for a fucking guy that can play a little bit above average. That's it. That is it. That is all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for the guy to make Pro Bowl this year. I'm not asking for the guy. I'm asking for the guy to play a little bit above average, and that's it. That's all I'm asking. You know what I mean? Appreciate that super chat, Adam. And by the way, Adam is right. Gave up nothing. We gave up what, a 6? We gave up 2 6-round picks, one for next year and one for the year after for 2 different fucking The Eagles gave up nothing. And John Mechie, a 5th fucking receiver, a number 5 receiver in Philadelphia that they don't even use. We know Darius Cooper might be the future number 3. Maybe. You know what I mean? We'll see how it goes. Ram Man's facts. I'm 41. I just be chilling, let the team cook. Appreciate that super chat, Adam, by the way. Much love, buddy. 600 people in here. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe because we cover the Eagles every single day. It never stops. Okay? Hit the like button if you guys have it. It helps the YouTube algorithm. The same old shit you hear from everybody. I do appreciate that. Beyond. Manchu says, great time to be a Bird fan. A lot of people need to sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is the golden era. It is. You know, getting a new offense, all we're hoping for right now is that guys come back healthy. We know that Juergens needs to come back healthy badly. We need Juergens. And I have to say, Brett Toth played amazing last game. Good for him. Dexter Lawrence was no factor in that game against the Giants. He was laying people out left and right. It was great to watch. Okay? Carter gets more healthy. Guys get more healthy, period. And you really need it, especially your offensive line. This was the perfect week for a bye. Not only guys getting rest, but fuck, you got the trade deadline the same fucking week. I mean, you couldn't have it any more perfect than that. You know? Sean says, Jaire is better than what you have at CB2 for the next to nothing. Yeah, dude. Look, if Jaire was coming in here as the number 1 guy, then I'd be a little concerned that he's probably not going to do as well, but it wouldn't be enough. But as a number 2, yeah. Great. It's great value, and it's a low-risk, high-reward trade, and who gives a fuck if you waste a 6-round pick? Who cares? The main question right now, and I'm going to ask you guys, the main question right now is, are the Eagles still going after an edge rusher? Is it legit now? Or did the Eagles make this move at corner again because maybe the market's too much? Maybe the market is a little too much for edge rusher right now. Because we did get news on that. I just showed it before. Okay? The Eagles are making calls. I know you're not seeing this on the screen, but I'm reading it. The Eagles are making calls around the NFL looking for edge rushers. According to Rossini, Philadelphia has called about Dolphins edge Jalen Phillips. We're not surprised. And Jets edge Jermaine Johnson. We're not surprised. Miami wants a 3rd-round pick for Phillips. New York wants a 2nd-round pick for Johnson. Okay? The problem I have with this is Howie Roseman really doesn't give anything less than a 4th-round pick, anything higher than a 4th-round pick. Okay? a third-round pick for Jalen Phillips. What is Jalen Phillips' contract? I think he has another year. I could be wrong. Jalen Phillips and a second-round pick for Jermaine Johnson. I don't think they go that far. I don't know why Bradley Chubb doesn't get. I don't know why Bradley Chubb's not getting any type of incentives. Bradley Chubb has got no guaranteed money on his contract next year. Like no money. I mean, that's easy that's an easy trade. And Bradley Chubb didn't do that bad Thursday night. I thought he played pretty good. But we will see. I'll read the super chat from Adam once again. Thank you so much, buddy. One of my favorite things about it is he's a rental. It's a one-year deal. Pans out great. Doesn't, I'm not worried. Better to try something than do nothing and expect a different result. That's my thinking. Yeah, dude, that's... For all the people that want to attack this fucking trade and be like, oh, his knee's fucked up, or, you know, I mean, you gotta have like a physical to like at least make the trade valid? Like if he's got some fucking lingering injury right now, it would have had to be accepted through medical doctors that the trade could finalize because he's healthy. Because if he's not healthy and he's walking on one, everyone's making me out to believe right now that he's walking on one foot right now. Okay? That's not the case. But Howie Roseman is one of those GMs where he doesn't sit and play the cautious route. He will go out there and find value for late round picks, and which he has in 2 fucking cornerbacks already. I think everybody needs to give him respect. Look, I think hopefully this is going to make up for some of the passiveness he had in the offseason program. I didn't like Chauncey getting released. I didn't like that we had to make safety an immediate target for the fucking draft. And CB2, what he did nothing. He let Mekhi Becton walk. I mean, and look, Steen's not playing that bad, so I guess I'll give him some credit for that. He's not actually playing that bad. But CB2, bro, like, what the fuck? Rodgers walk, Slay, and Slay's not even playing well right now. Slay's playing pretty bad. Pretty bad. I don't know if it's a scheme thing or it's just, I don't know. Maybe he's just, maybe we got rid of him at the right time. Maybe we got rid of him at the right time. You know what I mean? So that's a very good assessment, Adam YT. At least he's doing something. He's not sitting on his fucking hands, bro. He just got 2 corners. He just got 2 corners. I mean, come on now. This is going to kick Adoree and Ringo out the fucking door. At this point, you know? The Ravens healthy scratch Jaire the past 2 games. That's how bad he's been. Oh, we'll see what happens, bro. We'll see what happens. And how well are the Ravens playing? And how well are the fucking decision making over there? I hate when people just like say shit like that, you know? And it's not any disrespect. I just hate people just saying shit like that. So he's worse. So if that's the case, right? So he's worse than Ringo and worse than Adoree Jackson. So he's worse, right? He healthy scratched the last 2 games, so he's bad. So you're saying he's worse right now, that this is a waste of time. He's bad. So you're saying he is worse. That's a little surprising. Jay says Jaire is a perfect zone corner for Fangio, and DB's coach was with him in Green Bay. Yeah, for 2 years. And I think those were his I think the first time that Christian Parker was the quality control coach for Green Bay, that was his first Pro Bowl, I think, from what it said in the article. Jaire only issue ever was health. Oh yeah, I mean your play is going to deteriorate too if you're not healthy as well. Wow, there's people actually like shooting this down. Like, fuck is up with people, bro? Ringo could stay on the field. Okay. Look at Cameron Wolf tweet about Jalen Phillips. Well, what was said? Just type in what he said. Why don't you just copy and paste it? Copy and paste it. We have, I think, 8. I think we have 8 corners now. I think 8 in total now. That's what I'm saying. Like, Howie's trying, bro. Like, what? Come on now. Now I'm hearing he's walking on one foot. His knees fucked up. He's walking on one foot. His knees fucked up. Healthy scratches don't, I don't know. Oh, here we go. Healthy scratch. Here we go. Adam with the super chat says, just because they healthy scratch someone doesn't mean they suck. If the team thinks the player has trade value, they will sit him out. People need to get a clue. Yeah. And that's probably one of the reasons why they did. So he was a healthy scratch the last 2 weeks, or he only played in 2 games. So I'm getting confused. So people are saying he only played 2 games, or he was a healthy scratch for 2 weeks. I'm hearing that he was only a healthy scratch for 2 weeks. Okay? I mean, Bryce Huff was a healthy scratch to the Super Bowl, and he goes to the San Francisco 49ers. I know he's hurt right now. He's got 4 sacks. Jaire missed 13. Appreciate that super chat, Adam. I do appreciate it, buddy. Jaire missed 13 games, 21, 10 games, 23, 10 games, 24, and 5 games this year. All right. And what did you give up? That's what I'm saying. Like, why are we bitching about it? They gave up nothing for him. They didn't give up a fucking thing for him. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're acting like they just gave up a day 2 pick for him or something. Like, they gave up a 3rd round pick for him or something. They gave up a fucking 6th round pick. A 6th round pick for 26. That's it. Like, that's why I'm not making a big deal. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, who cares? Who cares about it? Who cares about the pick? Howie Roseman will get that pick back. I'm not worried about 6th and 7th round picks walking out the door. You know what I mean? Bryce Huff barely played with the Eagles. Barely did a fucking thing for us. Fucking Bryce Huff was a healthy scratch in the Super Bowl, and guess what? He's got 4 or 5 sacks on the year with the 49ers, and he's injured right now. He got a little injury right now. I mean, like, what the fuck, dude? What is that? Jesus. Man, fucking some of you guys, like, Wild EJ. All right, so this is what it is. So Philadelphia Eagles would like to trade for Dolphins edge Jalen Phillips at the right price, per sources. I'm told Vic Fangio thinks highly of Phillips from the year together in Miami. This would be the first time, okay, because when Fangio got here in 24, he never brought in, okay, he never brought in some of those ex-fucking Miami players because we all knew they were soft as baby shit. Remember how soft that fucking they couldn't handle the coaching, and all these guys were bitching about it, right? This is going to be if they get Jalen Phillips, this will be the first time that Fangio actually brought in a player starting capable, starting quality, okay, that is now at the Eagles for the first time under someone that's played under Fangio in the past, which, like I said, would be a first time. So that's really good information, buddy. Sorry, your thing went away because I had to redo the chat thing again, so I appreciate it. Here it is. Just to put up one more time. Philadelphia Eagles like to trade for Dolphins edge Jalen Phillips the right price, per sources. I'm told Vic Fangio thinks highly of Phillips from their year together by Miami. That would be a monster fucking trade. If they could pull off Jalen Phillips, they could pull off Jalen Phillips, they could pull off Bradley Chubb, shit. They could pull off a Will McDonald, they could, especially because he's got a lot more youth than a lot of the other guys. Shit. Granderson from the Saints would be another, probably one of my favorite ones. He's a little older at 27, 28 years old, something like that, but I do like him a lot. Let's see. In a cool tone with the super chat, says too many negative Nancy's. This move is solid. I think I read that. I'm not sure, but yeah, a little bit. They're finally making moves at cornerback from two fucking corners that I guarantee you the same people have been bitching about since the offseason. And because they didn't give up a fucking day one pick for a cornerback, he's fucking shit. Regardless of how much time he's missed, it's an upgrade. If it works, then great. If it doesn't, okay, then we failed on it. Who fucking cares? Who cares? Bill Hope says still need a safety, depth, and edge. Also, still worried about CB2. The move doesn't hurt, but meh. Why are people? Oh my god, dude! Why are people so mad over this? Why are people so disgusted over this move? I don't get it. I don't get it. Daz Deal said it's called reality. Stop crying. It's not. No, the reality is you guys are fucking spoiled. The reality is that you guys don't know a good move when you fucking see it. You guys have been bitching and bitching since the offseason program that those two fucking corners didn't do a fucking thing. Okay. Now he's trying to make trades. Thank God some of you guys aren't fucking GMs. Thank God. Thank God I'm not. I don't want that fucking job either. Trust me. But Jesus, man. That's reality. Stop crying. Reality is you guys would still be fucking crying next week. Guarantee you if Ringo gives up a big fucking reception against the fucking Packers, you'd be bitching and bitching. Jesus, it's a fucking 6th-round pick. Cry. Why don't you cry harder? Little fucking girls in dresses, bro. Bunch of fucking girls in dresses. Jesus. Man, let me tell you, bro, back in 2016, before that, when I started YouTube, we had a tough fucking fan base, man. Like, over the years since these championships, people have gotten so fucking soft or doesn't know a good move when they see it, has to give up a big fucking pick for everything they do. I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't fucking get it, man. Also, while he's just also Rapport retweeted that tweet, so true news. Yeah. That's good. At least we know that's true then. I gotta go look that up because that's really important. I mean, Jalen Phillips seems to be the target right now. That's great. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I'm like shocked. I got on here like saying, oh my God, everyone's gonna be so happy, but yo, everybody is so fucking mad. Like, why are people so? If they gave up like a third, for Jaire Alexander, that's a little steep for how many games. Yeah, I mean that's steep. That's really steep, dude. You know what I mean? Like you got like you're acting as if like you can't get a top quality fucking. You can't get a high tier corner, bro. You got contracts you got to pay. You got to pay Jalen Carter. Nolan Smith is a question mark. Nakobe Dean is a question mark. Reed Blankenship, I have no fucking idea. I would say that he'll probably get paid, but probably not top safety, buddy. You have Cooper DeJean down the road. Remember, he's a 2nd-round pick. He's got 4 fucking years. And Quinyon Mitchell, you're going to pay him. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what move you were expecting, but Jesus, like at least, like, come on. At least the fucking guy's trying a little bit. You know? Okay, let's relax. Ronald says, I think people are tired of small goodwill moves. I'm still waiting for that edge rusher. That's where our issues are starting. Yeah, and that's fine. Like, look, I hope they go after an edge rusher. If they don't, it won't shock me if they don't. And if you don't see a move at edge rusher, it's only because the prices were too steep. That's all. Not that look, it wouldn't shock me if they called about. There's probably a shit ton of teams that called about Myles Garrett. The Eagles probably called about Myles Garrett as well. But is it realistic? I don't know. 20 and 40 million dead cap hits for for the Browns, that's very steep in dead cap hits for them if they get rid of him. I mean, look, Myles Garrett, he's bitching about how bad the team is playing, but at the end of the day, like, he picked the money over the fucking ring. You know? So... All right, Adam with the super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. He says, people will just never be happy. People ain't remember the dark days when we sucked and had a Nate Gary as our starting linebacker. Man, we're 6-2 in the bye with the whole field ahead of us. Breathe, everyone. Yeah, dude, like, come on. Come on. Been through the bad times. When I fucking started on here, we weren't doing shit. We weren't doing a fucking thing, realistically. We were just coming at it. When I started, we were just coming out of the Chip Kelly. We were just coming out of the Chip Kelly era. Just coming out of it. And it was still bad times, you know? But to come out and say that, like, these moves are just bad for what you've given up for it. I'm talking about picks. I'm talking about what you're giving up for players. Like, yeah, if they gave up a high pick if they gave up a high pick because they were fucking desperate for a CB2, and it's a guy that has a lot of injuries, and I get it. He's missed a lot of games. I mean, who fucking doesn't know that? Who doesn't know that? Everybody knows that. I understand there's an injury problem. Let's see. KSF, so you were bitching too, Joey. Remember all that talk about losing Rodgers? Of course, dude. Bro, we didn't have a starting CB2. We didn't have a starting CB2 until fucking now, dude. You think... You're acting as if fucking Ringo is playing well right now. I was bitching about Rodgers because they did nothing. They never even tried to upgrade that position. I'm not talking about a big time trade. They could have got a mid-tier type guy to compete with Ringo, not just bring in a Dory Jackson. Yes, I ate crow on Nolan Smith because he didn't look good in fucking the offseason program. Well, after they traded Hassan Reddick, Nolan Smith, I didn't really think too much about him. Same with Nakobe Dean. You're not getting me on anything. Like, I know this. You're not, I got you. No, you didn't get me because I've already fucking explained this a million times. Okay, Nolan Smith, we didn't know what was going on. I don't know what player he was going to turn into. I had no idea. After losing Hassan Reddick, yeah, there was a lot of uncertainty with him. He had 2 sacks in a preseason game that were literally, he got... One was uncovered, another one on a running back chip. He got fucking pushed into the quarterback, and then really after that, it was really nothing. And then Nakobe Dean, yeah, he had a really bad open practice at the link. He got burned by Kenneth Gainwell on a couple routes. His coverage didn't look good. So I gave my opinion. I give my opinion, and that's just what it is. I'm not hiding a fucking thing from nobody. I remember what I fucking said about those guys. There's reasons for that. I bitched about Howie Roseman after losing Rodgers. Yeah, no shit, because we've had no CB2 until right now. And who knows, we might not still have one. Who knows if Jaire Alexander can play great. If he can't, then it is what it is. But that's it. That's all we could do. Sorry, let me get to the super chats. Man, never mind, man. I thought I was going to have some more positivity tonight, but fuck. Like, I understand people got opinions, but man, people are just straight up hating this shit. This is crazy. This is crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. Philly Bird Dog with a super chat. You know by now you can't make Philly fans happy. It's always going to be something to cry about until the binky of success is shoved in our mouth. Yeah. Well, I already kind of know this, you know, like I get it. Like I understand we keep this team at a higher rate when it comes to ourselves, and I understand. Like we at the end of the day, we all want to have the same goal. We want to win a 3rd championship. That's what we want. You know what I mean? Corporate P Pumper says, actually, Ringo is one of the better CB2s. Have you watched other teams? He's currently ranked 64 or 68 at PFF and PFN metric rankings. Oh. He's not good for Philadelphia on a consistent basis. I don't care what PFF has to say about it. I might mention PFF stats, but he's got to be ready to go every week. And I don't think he's going to survive the rest of the season. So if this is Brian Pumper, then I don't know. But, you know, I don't take too much into PFFs on. Look, dude, all I got to do is look at the guy play every week and say that he's not great. So that's just what it is. Adam with the super chat. Speaking of, y'all remember get DeMarco Murray and thought our shit was sweet? Yeah, dude. That's a bad fucking trade. It was a really bad trade. There's going to be bad trades. You know, Bryce Huff was a bad signing. How the Eagles didn't get him, you know, I don't know. How the Eagles never got Bryce Huff going, I don't know. He was supposed to be obviously the replacement for Hassan Reddick. That didn't work out. They were using him the wrong way. Then he got hurt, and then he was just, you know. We've had some bad trade deadline. We've had some really bad trade deadline fucking trades. We've had some bad ones in the past. And we don't know if this is going to work out. I mean, am I just supposed to be like, "Oh, fuck this move. He sucks. He's walking on one leg and he's missed a lot of games in his career." No shit. You know? But guarantee you, these same people that fucking hate this move will watch the Eagles next week if they hate this team that much. Crazy. Halfway Crook, man. Appreciate that super chat, buddy. Thank you so much. Says the Eagles definitely have been the bright spot of the season thus far. I feel like the off let them out to dry a lot of the times when the 3 and outs. The off is coming along, and we added reinforcements on defense. Yeah, I mean, you really needed this bye week. And then on top of the bye week, you had the trade deadline, which is the perfect week for both. So thank God we had this. I didn't like this bye week from the start of the schedule. It's almost halfway into the season, but it's nice to have the early bye weeks. But at the same time as the trade deadline, this couldn't have worked out even more perfectly, you know? Couldn't have worked out more perfectly. No, I ain't fucking around. I ain't fucking around today, dude. Look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to be that content creator that's going to be like, "Oh, you know, I'm not some shirt and tie fucking nerd. I don't, you know, I say like it is." Okay? I say like it is. Some people don't like it, some people do like it, you know? If it hurts me, great. If it hurts me, it is what it is. If it doesn't, great, you know? I respect everybody's opinions regardless. But the problem I have is like people are just like shitting on it, like immediately shitting on it. From the pick that you gave the Ravens, like how are you shitting on it that fucking much? You know what I mean? Taco Star, what's up, buddy? Says to touch on earlier, yep, Philadelphia Eagles fans are spoiled. I know. I was roasting Denver fans the other day. Because it's been years. Hold on, let me go back up. My chat's being weird today. It's been 9 years since they were 5-2. Man, that's fucking nuts, dude. Tonk says, dude, remember having to deal with Riley Cooper? Like, bro, we got an AJ Brown now, and people cry because he tweets and wants the ball more. Crazy. It's not even that he's tweeting because he wants the ball more. I think he's tweeting because I think it was mostly a shot at the coaching staff that they're not getting this. I think it has something to do with his usage or taking advantage of his usage. But I think another part of it is that like the offense is not fluid, and we're hoping that now coming off that Giants game, other than like I said, every series isn't going to be perfect, but that was their most complete game they had. I don't give a fuck if it was against the Giants or not. Don't care if it was against the Giants or not, because if the Giants beat us a second time, trust me, if the Eagles win against the Giants by a point, if the Eagles only won by a point, okay, people would be bitching. The Eagles scored what they were supposed to score in that game. The Giants are who they are. Okay, this was a 2-4 fucking team that beat us on Thursday night. Okay, a 2-4 team that beat us on Thursday night completely embarrassed us. We were on a short week. Okay, we had one practice. Okay, no team plays well on a short week. No team plays dominating on a fucking short week. And the Eagles were on a short week. And we looked like shit. We looked unprepared, and we looked like shit. Simple as that. There's a lot of reasons for that. And then the Eagles kicked their ass last week. Where it says, hope bye week gives Ball time to recover. He seemed hampered lately. I think he's been fine. I don't think there's been anything wrong. Rob says, just haters. How many times fans said someone was washed and they were good here, so hush. There's so many. I've been doing this for a long time, and I ain't afraid to call nobody out. I ain't afraid to call anybody out. I'm not. I've been doing this since 2016. Like, I see this shit every fucking year. Every trade is fucking, this guy's washed. This guy's not going to do anything. I hear it every year. Every damn year. The essay says, is our defensive scheme a better fit than Ravens? I mean, look, it's hard to say just because them having the injuries that they have, especially on the defensive side of the ball, is really hurting them. But their offense looks like shit too. I mean, it's really on both sides. I'm actually really shocked of how they've been playing this year. But obviously, like Detroit had how many injuries last year going to the playoffs? 16 to 19 on the IR. I mean, that's a lot of players, and they still, are missing a couple players for the rest of the year. You know what I mean? It's a scheme fit. It could be a bunch of different things. It could be just having so many injuries. It's just you're not going to play up to the same level. Okay. Hold on. Sorry. Girlfriend's texting me because make sure we're good. Making sure we're good. Maverick with the super chat says, I'm saying like it is if I don't get Miles, I don't want shit. Why? Thank God you're not a GM either, bro. Sorry. But you can't look, if they get Miles Garrett, great, but you gotta look at the numbers. It makes literally no sense. Like, it wouldn't shock me if they made the phone call, but 20 to 40, dude, they trade Myles Garrett. They got 20 million dead cap this year. And then after this year, 26, they got 40 million in dead cap. There's no way that they're going to, unless they take that on and don't give a shit, which that would be the highest dead cap hit in history, I think. I think the Eagles hold that record, actually. I think the Eagles hold that record between Alshon Jeffrey, Malik Jackson, and then when we trade Carson Wentz, a lot of dead cap that we had to pay back. As I say with the super chat, let's not forget Byron Maxwell era. That was pretty bad. Bradley Fletcher, that was bad. Who's the other one? I'm trying to remember. Jesus, name's on the tip of my tongue. I forgot. Myles Garrett just signed a deal in March. They aren't trading him. Yeah, I mean, even though they did, he just signed a deal. I mean, the problem is he signed a deal recently, and that's the problem. Like, he should have just he probably could have signed with a team for less money and like the top. It would have been like past $35+ million a year, but he got paid $40 million a year. Fans say everybody that comes here is trash. Saquon was supposed to be washed last season too. It's every player. Yeah, I get it. You're right. You're 100% right. Yeah, Nolan Carroll, Cary Williams. Yep, Cary Williams. I was gonna bet you. Namdi. Yeah. Nolan Carroll, Cary Williams. Yeah, it was pretty bad. We've had some really bad times. Russell Wilson was 85 and dead. Oh, maybe. Oh shit. Never mind. Maybe the Eagles did get beat. Let's see. Jade Christ says, I like this move. Jaire has high upside. Yeah, look, if he doesn't miss any games and he could sit there, I mean, if he could just play a little bit above average, I think he'll be fine. But you gave up nothing. Like, the Eagles are not hurting because they signed him, is what I'm trying to tell people. Like, it's not like they gave up a second-round pick for Jaire Alexander, and now we're pressured to make sure he plays well. It's not the case. Yeah, Sidney Jones was stupid. I mean, that was dumb because they were supposed to pick him in the first round in 2017, but he ended up having the injury on his last rep at his pro day. Tore his Achilles his last rep of his pro day. The Eagles took a chance on him in the second round. Howie Roseman is definitely not doing that shit again. Never draft a player coming off. Never draft a player in the early rounds like that ever again. That was horrible. That was a waste of fucking time. So, I agree with you on that, buddy. Gagwell says you hit on some, you lose some. That way she goes, guy. Yeah, that's it. It's a risky business, dude. Like the draft is a fucking lottery, bro. It's all a lottery. Signing a free agent to big money. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Signing a low risk, high reward. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But to shut down a trade like that, like the same fucking people have been bitching about this cornerback spot all fucking year. And they made 2 fucking moves. And they're still fucking pissed off. Like, what is that? Kay Robinson said, you won't hit on every single player. You bring them in and see what they got. Yeah, that's it, dude. Like, that's it. Look, if Michael Carter and Jaire Alexander don't work out, it is what it is. But at least I could say, look, Howie Roseman tried. But people are going to be like, no, he didn't try. He didn't go for one of the top guys in the league. He didn't give up. Like, they're not going after a Denzel Ward. They're not going after a Sauce. Like, this is fucking fantasy. 6-2, and we're acting like we're 2-6 right now. Ron says, Joey, do you think our running game would be more effective if we signed a Becton, or do you think it would be the same? I feeling like letting Becton was a big mistake. Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like part of it is I wanted Becton back. Part of it is this year is we found out that the Eagles were more injured on the offensive line than we realized. We didn't deal with a lot of injuries last year, especially on the offensive line. Juergens hasn't been healthy since last year. Okay, off that back surgery, off the back stuff, like he hasn't been 100%. He is well needed for this rest. Dickerson wasn't healthy all year until literally last game. He probably looked his best last game. Okay, so when you're hurting at center, you're hurting at left guard, yeah, it's going to deteriorate. And on top of it, the play calling was so fucking predictable, it just made matters worse. You know? It just made matters worse. So part of me wanted Becton back for like the $20 million for 2 years that he wanted. He was only getting $10 million a year. And even Becton wasn't even healthy this year. Becton hasn't been healthy at all. He came back from injury already. You know what I mean? Mekhi Becton was supposed to be trash when he came here, according to yeah, that's what I said earlier. But Mekhi Becton, everybody hated it. It was a low risk, high reward move. And the Eagles pulled that first round talent out of him, totally switched his fucking position, which was Nick Sirianni's fucking idea to move him to right guard. And look what happened. You know what I mean? But it was the equivalent of a 7th round pick. But what are you up about? What's going on? So I mean, realistically, it's a good. Like I said, it's a good fucking trade. It's a good trade. I have no issue with this trade, like at all. Let's see here. See. So this is Cameron Wolf's tweet. Okay. Philadelphia Eagles would like to trade for Dolphins edge Jalen Phillips at the right price per source. I'm told Vic Fangio thinks highly of Phillips from their year together in Miami in 23. He would help Phil Eagles need another pass rusher. Good. It's good. So let's see. Update. Thanks for Anthony DeBona for this because this helps too. So update. So after trading for Jaire Alexander, the Eagles are set to have 9 picks in the 26th draft. Only 6 of those 9 picks are available to trade ahead of Tuesday's trade deadline. First, obviously, we own the first round, a second round, a third round from the Jets, 4th round. Well, obviously, that 3rd round pick is going to be really fucking good this year, which is great. So 2 third rounders, a 4th round that's our own, and a 5th round pick that says NA on it. So I guess there's no info on that pick. And we haven't even been and I don't think we haven't been awarded our comp picks for next year too. So we haven't been awarded the comp picks for next year. There'll be a few comp picks for next year as well. 3, I think. I think the most you get 3 or 4. I think it's 3. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. Let me refresh this. There's a job. Any help to our D is a great deal, especially with all trades Philly has. Go Eagle Nation. Yeah. I'm on board, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait. You know, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You know, you got the Packers on Monday night, not this Monday night, obviously, but when they come back off the bye, they got the Packers on Monday night. Jaire Alexander will probably start at CB2, and in base, Michael Carter will probably be the inside guy if DeJean has to move to the outside in base. I think that's, you know, what you're gonna do. Even if Jaire doesn't work out, Eagles only gave up a 6th-round pick for him anyway. That is not used on Jaire, would be used for trade bait or for a player that doesn't even make the roster. Yeah, probably. Probably. You give up a 6th-round pick for like a guy that has even... I mean, you could give up a 6th-round pick for a player right now that's a depth player somewhere or somebody that's not on that type of level. You know, you could give up a guy that's never even had any snaps or just good depth that you have to work out for the next couple of years. You give away 6th, 7th-round picks for guys like that you need to produce the next couple of years or something like that, you know. But to get a guy like that, I mean, look, I understand there's an injury history in the past, but I can't complain with Howie. I think Howie Roseman's trying to make up for the fucking lost time. I mean, for obviously the passive time that he had in the offseason program with free agency especially, you know. Not that they were supposed to get somebody at CB2 that was high price, but they never at least got a mid-tier type guy, you know? Let's see. Howie Roseman, the art of the deal. That's true. So I just put out a video today, like midday today, because I was putting away Halloween stuff. I had to put away Halloween stuff all day today. So I just put out a video today on some of the rumors. Obviously, the Miami Dolphins lost on Thursday night. Their GM just got fired the day after, and they have an interim GM as of right now. So maybe firing that GM, because 2 days before that game on Thursday night, Miami, there was reports from Miami saying that they weren't having no fire sale. They weren't even trading players at that point. Like they felt like they had some hope in the season still, which we know that's a fucking lie. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But let's see. Steve says Michael Carter is going back to shock some people and how good he really is. I feel he has the potential to play as good as Coop, if not better. A lot of Eagle fans are going to be shocked. I mean, I like Michael Carter a lot. I mean, the only reason why he costs a lot less is we know how bad the Jets are this year, because any player that plays in that defense, you can't even count the statistics of how they play, because if not every position is going to play well. But he got a big contract last year, and I think he had like a back injury last year, and I think a concussion. Okay, so he did miss a little bit of time, but he's been graded pretty well. This year, he's only given up 9 catches. That's it. 9 catches this year, and that's all you're given. So, you know, I think, when you're playing base, Michael Carter comes in at that inside spot because you don't have a lot of fucking outside corners that can play inside. Besides Cooper, there's nobody else. Quignon hasn't played inside since, obviously, you would never move Quignon, but I'm saying originally Quignon was supposed to be on the inside this last year, if you remember. He in camp for his rookie year in camp, he was fucking playing the inside all of camp, and Rodgers was on the outside, and then they switched it up. Let's see. Jason, this is a problem at zone defense. I see no reason he can't go against the Packers. Not much to learn in zone coverage. I mean, look, and he's been doing it a long time. You know what I mean? You're bringing in a veteran player right now that's going to bet on himself for another contract. He's only, 27, 28 years old, in his prime. You know, that's it. That's it. Dave Batista, Joey always keeping it real. Yeah, dude, like I'm not pussyfooting around these fucking people that want to shit on everything. I'm not that type of guy. Like whether it hurts the channel or not, I don't care. I don't care. Like this is look, at the end of the day, like I respect people's opinions, like if there's a dialogue, but to just come out and say that this guy is shit for whatever reason, and I understand, yeah, the Eagles gave up a 6th-round pick for Jaire Alexander because he's not that great. Yeah, I get there's a past with him. I get that. There's always a past with a lot of players. Some are going to work out, some are not. That's the name of the game. Okay? If fans were the GM of this fucking team, we'd be over 260 million over the fucking cap every fucking year. Simple as that. I'm not afraid to fucking call people out. I'm not afraid to fucking say it either. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not here to cater to fucking anybody. Like this is what I feel. This is how I think, and that's it. I could be wrong. Who knows? I've been wrong a million times. But at least I'll eat the crow when I fucking want to eat the crow, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Trust me, I'll come out and say shit. A guy earlier in the stream was calling me out on, yeah, you said this about Nolan Smith. Like, yeah, and there's reasons for that. You know, there's reasons for that. You know what I mean? A lot of reasons for things. At that time, there's reasons for it. Somebody's like, hey, oh, now you're bitching about Howie in the offseason program, and look now, like he's got corners now. It's like, bro, we're 8 games down the stretch, and they finally got more corners in the building. Like, it took us 8 weeks to trade for a fucking player where they should have had this shit done. They should have had this done in the offseason program when they let Slay and Rogers fucking walk. They could have just tried to get somebody else. A mid-tier type trade. Nothing crazy, nothing expensive. Go into the offseason program with Keely Ringo and let them compete. Instead of just putting all the pressure on a 4th-round pick and fucking Keely Ringo. You know what I mean? Also, hold on. Adoree has to get side down, sign the practice squad, right? Just get him the fuck out of here. Get him out of here. Why? He's a waste of... Why? Why have him on the practice squad? For what fucking reason on the practice squad? So, Joey, which team are you more worried about, Packers or Lions? Realistically, nobody. I'm really not afraid. I'm more afraid of ourselves. I'm more afraid. The number one enemy I'm afraid of is ourselves. That's how I feel. I'm not afraid of any team. No team in the NFC. I thought Tampa Bay was on a roll because they had injuries, and I thought Baker Mayfield was really getting them really taking control even with injuries. That offense. It's really us. We're the fucking big problem. We're the big problem. We play down to the competition. That's how I feel. I'm not worried about Detroit. Are they going to be tough games? Yeah, they might be, but I'm not like, oh my god, no, like fucking. I'm not like I feel good about these 2 games, and realistically, all they got to do is split one of those fucking games between Detroit and the Packers. You split one of those games, and I think you're in good contention to have that fucking home field advantage. I really do. You know? That's where I'm kind of at. Aston Hoover, the super chat. Appreciate it so much, buddy. He says, "Is Jaire Alexander going to start now?" That's yeah. If they're not in base, Alexander's starting at number 2. Yeah. If they're playing in nickel, then DeJean will be on the If they're playing in if they're playing in base, DeJean will be on the outside, and Michael Carter will be on the inside. In nickel, you're gonna have DeJean on the inside, and you'll have Alexander on the outside. Sorry, I just switched those 2 around. So. Yeah, he's primed to start at this point. And look, here's the report. I don't know if anybody was here like earlier this stream. Okay. Where is it? So, The news that we already know. So it says Alexander was a healthy scratch the past 2 games and was active, but didn't play a snap in week 6. Ravens have raved about how well he's handled it, how hard he's worked to stay ready. But he obviously wants to play, and there was no immediate path to playing time. So now he gets his chance. So we'll see what happens. Only a matter of time till we find out. Let's see. If Dory Jackson is better than Hurts pick 6, I'm an Eagles fan. I don't know what the fuck that even means, bro. I don't know what that means. I can't argue with that. We are our own worst enemy. We are. We really are. Like, when you have to switch offensive coordinators every fucking year, it's annoying. Like, it's the most annoying thing, Gives you they expected more going to the 3rd season, but yeah, he hasn't been good. Keep him strictly onto special teams. Who, Ringo? Yeah, I think so. Like I said, I'm not saying that Ringo can't play cornerback. I just don't think he's consistent enough, and I feel like he has some value at corner, but it's just not a lot of value. You know what I mean? I feel like if you need a guy thrown in there just because, I think you could somewhat not count on him, but he could, I think he's serviceable, just depending, but I'm just not comfortable with him being there the rest of the season. And that's why the Eagles made 2 fucking moves, because you don't have a backup fucking nickel. You don't have a backup inside corner other than DeJean. You have no one else that can play that position, unfortunately. And you can't afford to move anybody else to that position, unfortunately. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes, man. They got a promising outside guy in Alexander, and they got a big-time inside guy that just got a big contract from the Jets last year that's going to prove himself once again in Philadelphia. Ravens do play a lot of man defense, and Jaire has been best in zone. This could be a big part in Baltimore. Yeah, probably. I mean, if he wasn't a scheme fit in Baltimore, I don't even know why they even signed him. I don't know why. No, Ringo's trash in corner. He's great on special teams. Just the truth. Yeah, look, you might. Like I said, I'm not saying he's. I'm just saying he might have a little value, but I don't think it carries over to him being like. Do I trust Ringo being on the field every single week the rest of the season? No. I think some games he'll play well because of certain situations, but as a consistent guy every week, it's just I just don't feel right keeping him in there against you're facing 2 good receivers every week. You're always nervous about any other receiver that's in that's in that offense you have to face every week, and we always say, oh no, Adoree Jackson's going to get burned, Ringo's going to get burned, and unfortunately Ja'Cory Bennett never really had an opportunity. I really wanted to see that, but as of right now, I'm good with keeping Ja'Cory Bennett off. Let Ja'Cory Bennett work for another. Ja'Cory Bennett is only on this 1 year, I think a 1 year deal, right? Or when they trade for him, I think this is last year. I'm not sure. But if he's on the roster for next year, he'll have another opportunity. Since CB2 will probably be a big need next year, most likely. You know what I mean? So not too bad. Not too shabby. Baltimore also has 3 killer starting corners. I gotta read more into it. Like, he was a healthy scratch for 2 games, but someone said he only played in 2 games, so I'm kind of confused on, 8 weeks was enough of an eye test for me. That's for sure. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I don't get someone comes in here and talks about PFF stats for Ringo. I don't give a fuck about. I watch this shit every fucking week. I don't need no PFF to tell me what the fuck. I don't need it. I don't need it. ASM Army says another boring trade. Woe is me. Life sucks. Yeah, these guys are depressing. Locked In Sports says we shouldn't see Ringo or Jackson on the field anymore. Bennett coming back off IR. Yeah. Obviously, Bennett's going to stay here. I think he should stay here. I don't see why not, We need a blockbuster? No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. We don't need no blockbuster trade. Well, what's blockbuster? Is Jalen Phillips blockbuster or no? Tell me that. Is Jalen Phillips blockbuster? What's blockbuster? I don't know why people just don't say what trade that they want. They just say, hey, we need a blockbuster trade, but don't say what they want. You know, it makes no sense. Dale Sand says, eye test will always trump whatever PFF says. It really does. Let's see. Nate says, did you guys not watch Alexander in Green Bay? That was 1 year ago. He's been a force. So Hattie didn't beat out Baltimore's outstanding defensive backs. They're cornerback rich. We're desperate. Thank you. Yeah. If Baltimore was just, they have a lot of youth on that defense, obviously, and that cornerback, they're thriving. And if Alexander was just another piece that couldn't beat anybody out of their fucking job, you know, that it is what it is, you know, and he wants an opportunity to go somewhere else and play. And what's a better time for him to sign with the Eagles? Sorry, get traded to the Eagles and then play his former team on Monday night. You know, next month, not this Monday night, but next Monday night. That's fucking cool. So I'm still looking for that. I'm still looking for that blockbuster trade that we all want. They said Bennett in his limited time was certainly better than Ringo Nador. Yeah, and I agree with that. And he's physical. He's physical too. It's a physical cornerback, which I like. Trey Hendrickson or Garrett? What? All right, so Jalen Phillips isn't blockbuster. I think it's an above average trade for the Eagles. Trey Hendrickson just got a hip injury. Like he just got hurt again. Like we don't even know his health status. You know, you're going to give up a lot for him. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Myles Garrett, is it worth it? Sure, but you're going to have to give up a lot for both of those guys. Especially Myles Garrett, forget about it. You're talking about the number one edge rusher of the league. You know? No, Chubb is definitely not blockbuster, no. But it's close. Obviously, MG is the blockbuster move, people. Yeah, of course. You're not going to get that. The trade deadline, there's never blockbuster moves. How many blockbuster moves have been happening the last few years? That's not much. Like this is where you're getting fleeced in these moments. Howie Roseman isn't going to get fleeced. Like now, did Howie Roseman call the Browns and as well as a million other teams call the Browns and asked about, you know, what's going on with Myles Garrett? Of course. You know what I mean? So whether it's Editars of Trey or Phillips or Chubb, yeah, like I don't even mind like Trey Hendrickson. I don't think it's not going to happen. I'm telling you right now, like Trey will never be an Eagle. It's Trey is definitely not going to happen. Trey and Myles Garrett are out of there. You got to think about it, guys. Like Brandon Graham's coming back, and he could probably give you like 3 to fucking 6 sacks, maybe, depending on how he plays. But in a rotation, I think Graham will be fine. Nolan Smith has a lot to catch up on because he has not been a force this year. I understand he got injured, but he didn't really show us anything before that. Jalen Hunt, I think, just started to trend. He just had his like breakout game with 9 pressures, 1-2 sacks against the Giants, which is great. So I think he's starting to play a lot better. He's starting to catch up now and play a little bit better. Jahad Campbell, it's just he's playing out of position. It's not his fault. So I like Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips would be a more than mid-tier trade. And you know what? You have a fucking defensive coordinator that knows how to use him. You know what I mean? Like, what's better than that? You know what I mean? He knows how to use him. To get a guy that's already connected to your fucking defensive coordinator and come on. It's not bad. The Birds are not done. The Birds don't sound like they're done. No. I think they're trying to get an edge rusher right now. Wilson Semple says second, third tier pass rusher will all give up a third or a fourth round picks and won't pay $40 million. Yeah, and that's the difference, bro. Like, if they get Trey Hendrickson, they're not paying him after this year. If they're getting Myles Garrett, they're not paying him after this year. And because when you give up, you're going to give up a pick. You're going to give up high picks for a 1-year rental. Okay? Give up. I mean, look, the report of the Eagles giving up 3 first-round picks is just stupid. Like, the Eagles are going to say, you know what? We're going to be a good team the next few years, so our picks won't be great in the first round. And 14 players, how many players are they going to have graded at first round grades? 14, 8 to 18 players, maybe, maybe. So, comes I'm out on players. For the compensation Cleveland would want for Myles, I'd rather leverage 2 first round picks to move up top 10 or top 5, 26, 27. Yes, I would rather trade 2. I would rather trade a first rounder this year and a first rounder next year. I would rather trade the fucking first rounder for 26 and 27 to move up in the 26 draft in the top 10 if they really want somebody. I'd rather do that and grab a young player that's here for 4 years and with a 5th-year option than go get some fucking guy that we're going to have for 1 year. And God forbid, that's when fans are going to get pissed off. Fans are going to be pissed off when you give that much draft compensation up and then you don't even win the fucking Super Bowl. And it's going to be a waste of a fucking year. That is the, I guess, how do I say this? The lottery of it, really, It's a risk. It's a big fucking risk. And it could be a stupid risk, to be honest with you. Playbones, appreciate the super chat, buddy. He says, I like the pick. It's this a lower higher reward type of trade. We should continue to build a championship team, though, through the draft. Yeah, and that's what they have been doing. That's what they have been doing the last few years. This is why the Eagles are very successful right now. Okay, this is the main reason why they have success for a while. Okay? Gets us to the fucking VIP table every fucking year. So, those low risk, high, we're talking about we need a piece here and a piece there. We don't need to revamp this defense this year. We're not acting like if the Eagles need a blockbuster trade, they need a blockbuster trade because the rest of their if they were trading for Myles Garrett, they would only trade for Myles Garrett because the rest of the defense is horrible. They want to keep somebody here for the next few years and pay him a lot of money. But we're going to get an edge rusher. It's the Eagles are calling about edge rushers. They're not done yet. And this is why Howie Roseman gets these comp picks every year. This is why Howie Roseman lets guys go. You get those comp picks. You get the comp picks because then Howie Roseman can say, hey, now we get some draft capital, some draft compensation back. After spending, you can afford to spend some draft compensation during the trade deadline if you have to do that. You know what I mean? So it's almost like you're awarded more picks. By next draft, the Eagles will be awarded another 3 fucking comp picks, which is great, Appreciate that super chat, buddy. Joey, what do you think about trade Blazer for Harry Anderson? Number one, I mean, I know this is a joke, but number one, I would never trade Reed ever. Like, I think Reed is going to get a deal next year. I just don't think he's not going to get paid like top safety, buddy. He won't even be close to that. Probably not. Locked in Sports Media said this defense is fine. Just tying up loose ends is all. Love this team, man. Same here, buddy. Same here. Big Start said, I love Alexander. We needed cornerback 2 in the world. We really did. We really did. And you know what? They made 2 fucking moves. They made one move for Michael Carter that's more of an inside guy that has played outside, but he's played over 80% of the snaps on the inside. Just got a new contract last year. And, if he stays healthy. I live in New York, okay? I know a lot of Jet fans. I know Jet fans that are close to me that have season tickets for the Jets. I know one guy that used to be a content creator for the Jets, and he follows the Jets 24/7. So I asked about Michael Carter, and he told me, look, the kid has dealt with some injuries, and if he stays healthy and gets his opportunity, he's gonna be really good for you guys. Like, he's gonna be fucking good. You know? See, downstand 3 years, 25 sound about right for Reed. Yeah. I would say it's fair. I got a 6-2. So I don't know if there's anything else on this. So let's check. I don't know if I ended the poll yet, did I? Oh, there it is. So 853 votes. Do you like the Jaire Alexander signing? 90% say yes, and 10% say no. And the 10% are the losers. No, I'm just kidding. Losers. No. People have their opinion. It's looking really scary. As long as this offense could stay on their course right now, as long as they could stay on their course, okay, and as long as the defense continues what they're doing with more reinforcements coming in, now with 2 new cornerbacks and potentially Vic Fangio could be getting some help. We'll see. Reese says, is he really better than Stephon Gilmore, though? Look, if the Eagles want Stephon Gilmore, they would have just signed him. There's got to be a reason for it. They must not think he's that good. I don't know. Only a 6th-round pick for a former Pro Bowler. I'd rather they trade for Mark Andrews for a tight end. No. That's smart, but no. Probably not. You are not kidding. Yo, I swear to God, I jumped on this stream, was like, oh, it's going to be so positive, and people are going to be like, this is a great trade. Let's see what happens. No, it's just like, fucking shit. Blackford, I would talk to the Jets about Will McDonald. I think that's his name. Yeah, Will McDonald would be a nice one. You're going to give up a lot more for him because he's a lot younger. He's like 25. He's pretty young still. I like Will McDonald. Whether it's Will McDonald or Jermaine Johnson, I think Jermaine Johnson will probably be a little bit... Jermaine Johnson might be a little bit more expensive, but we'll see. Because here's the real question, Joey. Are you cool with the Eagles trade for first round pick talent? No, I'm not. For 1 year? No. No. Are you saying that are you cool with the Eagles trading for a first pick talent? Nothing is an I mean, you're not fucking wrong. Bro, dude, it's almost, and look, I'm not, at the end of the day, dude, it's like the fan base has gotten really fucking bad. I think it's only because, like, the more success this team has every year, the more it just gets fucking worse, where now all these fans feel like every fucking move is just not good enough. John, guys, the Eagles fans are the most annoying fan base. I always want more. Nothing is enough for them. No beef with the Cowboys fans, Washington fans, Eagles fans base always annoyed. He always wants and wants. I get it, dude. I'm not one of those fucking guys. I'm not one of those fucking Eagle fans at all. I fought with like 5 of them in the chat today. So, I mean, but you never know, dude. You never know. That, you might say that now, but I mean, like, once the Giants start getting a roll on with, and if their team gets better, they have some good pieces there right now. Like, you never know what your fan base is going to turn into with that little bit of success. Look, you guys beat us on Thursday night. We didn't hear it for like 2 fucking weeks. And that's just from 1 fucking win at 2-4. You know what I mean? I think it's easier to say that from your side, but from our side, it's when you're used to having success, we keep the team on a high pedestal. Like we always want to make sure that they're doing the right thing. But sometimes fans are just like, I don't like how fans just shit on things. I just don't like I don't like that. I don't like how fans just shit on one thing. The Eagles have been dog shit at fucking CB2 all year, even at 6-2. Okay, even with a good fucking record, and they still do the same shit. So, you know who's first round pick talent? Jaire Alexander, number 18 pick. You are correct on that. Spoken like a fan that sees their team lose often. We just love the team and want the best. That's true. But there's got to be a conversation, like for someone to come out and just say, "Oh, this is a trash trade." It's like, then why is it a trash? Like, let's have a fucking dialogue. Like, let's have a dialogue about it. Nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody just wants to state what it is. You know what I mean? But you gave up a 6th-round pick. Like, if they gave up a 3rd-round pick for Jaire Alexander, I'd be kind of pissed off a little bit. Kind of. That would have been very desperate. You know what I mean? The whole division, I hate Eagles fans. So annoying, and nothing is enough for them. Ungrateful losers that always want more. That's why we're assholes, bro. We are assholes. And I'm an asshole sometimes. And I guarantee you everybody in this chat is a fucking asshole. And that's what we are. We're fucking assholes. But for me, I don't shit on everything. Like, I'm an asshole, but I'm a good asshole. Pause. I mean, we have to just let these things play out, let Howie do his job, and see how it goes. Like, that's all you can really say. Like, okay, so if they give up a 6th-round pick for Jaire Alexander, if he sucks, then he sucks. Like, simple as that. But I mean, if Howie wasn't doing anything, everybody would be like, everybody just wants some blockbuster fucking trade. Everybody does. I mean, it doesn't work that. You have a good team. Your defense needs we're talking 2 pieces. You don't need you don't need no fucking blockbuster trade for a couple fucking pieces. You know what I mean? Eagles fans are not the most annoying, bro. There's nothing wrong with wanting to win. No, of course not. We hold this team to a high standard. We hold this team to a high fucking standard, and that's it. Like, that's all. That's the way it goes. Let's see. Brian Sherman said it's a good security blanket. They have Bennett coming back. Carter just traded for an Alexander now. Team prepping for a Super Bowl run. Exactly, dude. Exactly. Like I said, like, you bring in another guy, you know what I mean? The good thing is, even if, let's just say Jaire Alexander shits the bed and he's fucking horrible, right? The good thing is, now they feel more comfortable. If they have to, they could put DeJean on the outside full time and Michael Carter could play on the inside full time. Like, that's the good thing about it. So say Jaire Alexander, he just shits the bed, he's god awful. Now they feel more comfortable because now they have a backup inside guy that's capable of playing that position. You know what I mean? Just in case. So I think it's a positive on both sides. And like I said, you gave up 2 6th-round picks for 2 different players. You gave up 2 6th-rounders and a number 5 wide receiver, John Mechie. That's all you gave up. Yeah. Even Wizard, okay, said maybe Packers to face his forward team. Yeah, you know what? Like, that's going to drive him to even play. He's going to play even better. Usually when these guys play against their forward teams, like these guys that felt wronged, or I don't know what happened there between him and the Packers, but obviously it didn't go well. So to come back like in a new uniform, like, look at me. I'm like, we're 6-2. We're going to be 7-2 after this fucking game, and I'm facing my forward team. And he's going to play even harder that game. You know? So we'll see, dude. Like I said, he might show up in that fucking Packers game and look like fucking shit. I mean, it could happen. At least my team is trying. That's all I could ask for. That's it. Like I'm like when I saw Michael Carter get signed, I said, okay, cool. And then like they made another trade. I was like, oh shit, this is great too. Like I never knew. I literally checked my phone. Like, the trade, the trade happened. I think it was like 20 minutes, something like that. And I remember looking at it, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, they actually double dipped that corner. Like, damn. Like they really want to fix this shit. They really want to fix this shit. You know what I mean? So this is, we'll see how it goes. But like I said, like we know this guy has an injury history. We know that there's shit in the background of him, and this is him to kind of reinvent himself in his prime. And if he can't do it with this team, he can't do it anywhere else. You know what I mean? Richie says, I was not ringing the Liberty Bell to give up Eagles' future for Myles Garrett. No, me neither. I wasn't either. I mean, come on. Even if it's like 2 first-round picks, it's still fucking... I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even do that. John's got the Eagles fans always crying for more like big grown babies. I'm going to say this, bro. I live in New York, and Giant fans are fucking nowhere to be fucking found. Like, at all. They're nowhere to be found. That is the most weakest fucking fan base. I lived in New York my whole life. I'm not from Philadelphia. I've lived in New York my whole fucking life. I live 30 minutes away from fucking MetLife Stadium. My dad used to take me to fucking Yankee games when I was like 6, 7 years old. Okay? Fucking Giant fans are nowhere to be found. Ever. Nowhere. These internet fucking ninjas, like... They're not, I don't know who, like internet fucking fans, some of them are just fucking weird. I've never seen passion from that fucking team. Never from that fan base, ever. Ever. They doesn't matter, like whether the Eagles are losing record, good record, doesn't matter what, the passion will always be there. And people are repping 24/7. Fucking Giants, fucking New York Giant fans, nah. It's bad, bro. It's really bad. They start coming out of the woodwork now. You know what I mean? Coming out of the fucking woodwork. Washington, same fucking shit. Nope, there's no passionate fan base like the Philadelphia. There's no there's nothing compared to it. Nothing compared to it. Oh, I'm glad you're here, bro. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, YouTube is weird. I love living in New York because like I love living in New York because I get to see like what these fan bases are like. The Jets are just obviously a travesty, but the fucking Giant fans, no. Those guys just decide to show up whenever they want to show up. There's no fandom. It's a fucking joke. Year in, year out, we show up, win or lose. I love the national media Philly hate. They are preying on Philly's downfall. They really are. They're doing it with the Tush push. They're already doing it with the Tush push. They're trying to fucking screw the Eagles in a lot of these Tush push plays. You know? Dave says, true, Ben, almost everywhere. College towns, yes, pro Philly, #1. Jimmy, what's going on, buddy? Or Jim C. Govern, what's going on, buddy? Rich says, both Eagles Super Bowls we won with above average defensive ends. Was Chris Long required for a first? No, Chris Long wasn't. Nope. We had Derek Barnett for a first rounder. We drafted Derek Barnett with the first round pick in 2017. And he didn't really do much his first year. He had a couple. He really didn't do anything until like the playoffs, and then the Super Bowl. He had that. Obviously he got the recovery from Brandon Graham's strip on Brady. But no, like I think you just need a good rotational guy. Like I think that you just need another rotational guy. That's all you need. And I like when I say rotational, people feel like it's bad. Like I'm talking about a fucking edge rusher that can't do shit. Like it's a bad. When I say rotational, it means it's like some bad fucking edge rusher. Like there's rotational guys that are really fucking good, and that's what we do with Vic Fangio's defense. We rotate guys. We keep guys fresh. That's just how we do it. You know what I mean? This is why Jahad Campbell, like he used to have 50 something snaps at linebacker every game. Now he's down to like 20 something snaps. Because he's in a fucking heavy rotation being added to it now. Beastcard says, welcome. Eagle fans, we're all family. We are. I live in Germany and come from UK. I hope international fans are well. Oh, no, of course, bro. No, like, we don't. It's an open book on this channel, bro. Open book, man. Free speech for everybody. And doesn't matter. You could be from the end of the fucking world. You could be from the North fucking Pole. You could be from Alaska. It doesn't matter. Everybody is welcome here. Everybody. You know what I mean? Somebody fucking said safety today too. We need as long as we hit on like why is everybody hating on safety too? Like Makuba, like he just needs to play more. I've really had no issue. Like I think part of some of this safety play, and yeah, Makuba needs to like wrap up and be more technical when he tackles because he's almost pulling a Sidney Brown every fucking game. Not every game, but some of these open field tackles where he would like be like, oh shit, he's gonna make the tackle, and he just doesn't wrap up, you know? You could be from Dallas. We still accept you. As his could teams be asking for more from the Eagles because of Howie always? Yes, it wouldn't shock me. Did you see how they traded Howie Roseman in that fucking draft this past year, where the Eagles were trying to trade from 23? They were trying to trade up to the 23rd, 24th pick that the Chargers held. Whatever. They tried trading with 6 other teams, and they all said no. Okay, of course, there might be a team out there that says maybe if the Texans made a big trade, they would accept it, you know, and it wouldn't be as much because it's the Eagles, because it's a good team. Those teams are saying, oh shit, like the Eagles are calling, Howie Roseman's calling us, like, let's charge them a shit ton more picks. Yeah, I totally believe that happens all the time. It always happens like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, how they cheated the Giants on a tush push fumble. Oh, yeah, how they called the whistle when Jake Elliott fucking kicked that field goal that was missed. They blew a whistle right when he kicked it and still counted it as a fucking miss. Or the play before the tush push where Jalen Hurts fucking went out of bounds and got the first down and Brian Burns was on his tail and pushed him out. He had the first down there and the refs didn't give him it. Yeah, cry me a fucking river on it. Cry me a fucking river. Fucking pussies. Bunch of pussies. You guys aren't the better fucking team. New York Giant fans are a bunch of they come out of the fucking tunnels when they see a QB in sight. You know, they finally got a fucking QB in the building. They're out of the tunnels now. You know? Don't give the Eagles respect when Scatabo got hurt. Of course not. Don't give the Eagles respect when Eagle fans were fucking standing up, fucking clapping for fucking Scatabo when he got fucking hurt. That everybody was like making a big deal out of Zach Ball. Zach Ball did a hip drop tackle. Half of you fucking fans have no idea what the fuck the rules are. Half of them. God. Off of one fucking play, that you think you'd still win the game off of that fucking fumble? Joke, bro. Joke. It's crazy. Crazy world we live in. Because Eagle fans are never happy. Pretty fucking. I'm happy to be a fucking dick every day, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine with that. So Nah, but won't say, hey, I give the Eagle fans respect for for fucking staying up when fucking Scatabo got hurt, but or should I say, oh, I'm glad he got hurt and broke his fucking ankle. I hope he fucking stays out the rest of his career. Now maybe I could say that, see how people feel. I could say that, be a total dick. If Miles acquired and does not work because of injury, no one that was wanted this trade is able to criticize Howie for not having first round picks for 3 years. Yeah, if they don't, even if they win a Super Bowl, you're gonna be like, damn, they don't have 3 first round. Like, I would still be upset, Still be upset. I hate that the Browns are such an incompetent organization. Otherwise, I think we'd have Garrett 3 first rounds. That was absurd. I don't think it's an upsell by them. I mean, no. I mean, teams are hanging up the phone immediately. I mean, not even just hanging up the phone, but like to even. I think the Browns are trying to make it literally impossible. I mean, for a player that wasted his whole career in Cleveland, I mean, he picked the money over the ring. I mean, it is what it is. He picked $40 million over getting a Super Bowl ring for less money. And we're talking less money by maybe $5 million. We're not talking that much less money, but every dollar is every dollar. And that's sometimes these players, that's all they give a fuck about. And there's nothing against him. Like, he deserves all the money. He's the number one edge rusher in the league. Like, I get it. I can't give props to Browns fans. True grit. That team has sucked and sucked, and they're still there. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all was crying when we beat you the first time. I wasn't crying. The internet fans are crying? Yeah, sure. The internet. We're talking about real life people, not the internet. You beat a team when they were down. Congratulations. You beat a team that had a short week. Congratulations. I mean, you're trolling the wrong channel, bro. I don't know what's going on, but you should be worried about the next 4 weeks because you have a pretty fucking hard schedule the next 4 weeks. Because it's pretty brutal. I can name 11 teams that would be far happier than Super Bowl than 3 first round picks. Oh yes. Oh yes. Garrett has chosen the waste of his career. Eagles fans might be crazy to want that trade, but he wants it more than us. Is it okay for Eagle fans to make excuses? Yeah, we can do whatever we want because we're fucking winners, bro. We could do whatever the fuck we want. We could say whatever we want. We could do whatever we want because we deserve to do whatever we want. We can act like assholes. We can fucking make people. It doesn't matter. We could act however we want to fucking act. We are winners. Simple as that. That is it. I don't know what the excuse is. It's not an excuse. It's obviously the fucking facts. I mean, why did the Giants lose so fucking bad the second game? It is what it is. At the end of the day, it's more algorithm for the fucking channel, so it's what it is. So, like I've heard this shit from people like for how many years? It is what it is. Zach Bond didn't do a hip drop tackle. He defended a pass and brought Scatabo down by placing weight on his chest and shoulders. Yeah. It happens. Scatabo fell wrong. It is what it is. Nate says, look, did any of us think Scatabo was going to make it through the season? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he had an injury prior to that. So I don't know. I don't know if he was dealing with something or whatever. But it was out of the stream for a bit. But did you see the report saying Giants wouldn't consider trading Kayvon Thibodeau for anything but a first? Ridiculous, honestly. Yeah, they don't want. I don't think they want him to go anywhere. You know what I mean? And they're probably smart, to be honest. Like, I probably wouldn't. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't make that an easy trade. Kayvon Thibodeau is still a good player. He can help another team immediately. You know what I mean? It's the name of the game, bro. It's the name of the game. Jalen Hurts has been sacked like 30 times this year. We've had offensive fucking injuries. We've had a guard out, a center out, a CB2 position that's fucking horrible this year, like Crimea River, bro. You must be new to football. You must be new to the name of the game. Because that's what happens in the season. So that's what happens, bro. So this is why they'll never win anything, unfortunately. Giant fans are turning into Cowboy fans because they make excuses every single game. So, like legit excuses, like injuries are a natural part of the game. Well, we didn't have this and we didn't have that, and that's we haven't been healthy on the offensive line all year. Okay, so what are you talking about? Like AJ Brown has barely been involved in any games this year. Barely, like 2 games. Come on. Yeah, we didn't have AJ Brown. No AJ Brown in the game. So there you go. No AJ Brown and a practice squad fucking center. First season, we won a Super Bowl without our starting QB. And that's true. Probably for the better. probably for the better. Because I'm really enjoying this shit right now. I'm really enjoying this shit. I love the back and forth, even from other fan base. It's great. It's awesome. When I hear somebody complain, as soon as I hear somebody complain about injuries, I know they already lost the fucking conversation. Like they already lost, already lost the conversation, and then they don't talk for another few minutes because they're trying to figure out what else they could say by typing something. They have to figure something else out to say, so they take a long time to respond. Stop complaining about the refs. They're trashing every game, and that is true. And I think that first half to the second Giants game, I think they were horrible on both sides. I think they were horrible on both sides. And yes, I thought that tush push was a fumble too. So I didn't like the call, but what am I supposed to do? They called it how they called it, and that's it. I think both sides got a bad toss from the fucking refs, to be honest. No, it's all right. Refs ain't making or breaking a game for a 2-win team. No. Dude, come on. Now we don't have to worry about the Giants. Now the Giants, till next year. The Giants win wasn't a fluke. We sucked. They kicked our asses. KP has that game plan until last Sunday. We lost that fair and square. No, we did. We got our asses kicked. But I don't think playing on a short week fucking helped either. We played on a short week from Sunday to Thursday. It's still, horrible. Coordinator wasn't playing up. Obviously, the coordinator hasn't been great either. So. Locked into the Eagles never get a break for the refs. We get one break, and here we go. Yeah. The tush push fumble and the Uche sack. Yeah, the Uche sack, that should have been a fucking the fumble dart fucking getting hit. That should have been a fumble. Bro, gonna really hanging on to that one win. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, and they had a chance to do it. They had a chance to embarrass embarrass the Eagles in Philadelphia. They couldn't even fucking do that. So when the Eagles had a full week of practice, they were fucking ready. They were ready. And look what happened. Do you think Alexander is a Vic Fangio type of cornerback because Vic plays a lot of off coverage? Yes. Zone coverage, that's where Alexander is benefited 100%. The Giants will be eating popcorn while we're in the playoffs. That's true. That is true. Doctor said that call on the brotherly shove was crazy. They said it's hard to call. That was dead easy to call. He fumbled. Yeah, it was. I mean, like, if he loses the ball, like, there was still forward progress, and he just lost the ball. I mean, Hurts barely had the ball for not even 3 seconds, barely even 3 seconds after the play was, you know, even Philly 500 admitted it live. We kicked y'all at. Well, who said you didn't? But who said I didn't say that? You guys did. You guys won fair and square. You guys won fair and square, but it doesn't mean that we weren't affected by anything from the game. We got our ass kicked. We weren't prepared. We were playing on a short week. What do you mean? Like, there's obviously reasons for it. We didn't play well. Didn't play well. You guys beat us in a fucking game. That's it. Like, I don't get what you're trying to prove, bro. Like, I'm pretty much saying you guys whooped our ass that first game, but you guys did nothing that second game. Like, I don't get what I don't like another like gotcha. Like, no, like I don't get where this is coming from. Yeah, like Daniel says, no one is denying that you beat our ass. Congrats. It's 2-6. I guess what I'm saying. You know what I mean? A bad troll, I guess so. I guess so. I haven't heard nothing from Washington fans. I haven't heard a peep from one Washington fan. Like, why are you guys so inconsistent? Why can't these guys keep the same energy all year? At least be better fans. At least, like, you know what I mean? Like, half of these guys, like, I don't respect half of these fucking trolls because they just have no self-respect for anything else but when they fucking do something for the first time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking get it, dude. I don't get it. They can officiate the QB sneak, but can't officiate a tush push. Yeah, they're making it complicated on purpose, so he gets more votes for this shit to get banned next year. And it probably will. It probably will, and I'm fine with that. I don't even honestly, I don't even care if he gets banned next year. But you know what? Take advantage of it. You got to play in your back pocket that no one else can do. Fucking use it. And you're playing the Packers. You're playing the Packers. That fucking head coach. You better run that shit over and over and over and over and over again. That Packers head coach was the pain in our ass this past offseason at those ownership meetings in June, July. That guy's a piece of shit. That guy, I will run the fucking tush push 70 fucking times that night. I don't care. That Micah Parsons has some shit to say last week about it. Okay. Eagles, it says some of these new generation of football fans really worry me are hardcore fans, but don't take the time to study the game of football. So talking to them, like being your head, yeah, against the brick, yeah, it is. Because like they come in the chat and they're like they feel like they're I don't know. I mean, he got his attention, so I guess he won. I guess I don't know. I don't know. Hurts was just as efficient on the regular QB sneak before we started this play too. I think the percentage is actually higher now. Oh yeah, probably. With the wars spread wide on QB sneaks, they can't stack the middle as much. No, and obviously having the weapons that you have, especially if you spread the offense out, you're spreading the defense out as well. It's going to open something up immediately. So I think it's a very big advantage. It's a huge advantage for the Eagles. If you ban the tush push to ban the QB sneak, yeah. I mean, even if they just did a normal QB sneak, I think they would still be. I think they would still be really. I think they would still be very successful at it. To be honest. Nate says, "You know who else is a troll baby? Dayball. Nah, the shakedown. I asked after the trade went down for Jaire Alexander. I texted him and he said that he was I texted him. He said he was doing something with his family that he had planned. So he's like, I really don't want to cancel it. I was like, well, don't spend time with your family, dude. Like, who gives a fuck, you know? So we'll probably do something probably Monday, depending if Philly's not streaming a night game tomorrow, then maybe we'll do it tomorrow night because I definitely want to do something with him tomorrow night or the night after to kind of talk about it. So we'll see. Yo, King DV, what's going on, buddy? Says Adori. What happened? Did something happen with Adori Jackson? Or no? I mean, Adori's trash. We know that. So John McMullen said the Eagles acquired 2 cornerbacks this week, and their best option remains Keely Ringo. Damn. Even they're fucking having an issue with it. Not even give this thing a chance. Keely Ringo is the better option over Jaire Alexander. Oh, Adoree will be cut, probably. Yeah, I mean, he's got to be the odd man out because Ringo's going to play special teams. Oh yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, he's definitely gone. I can't see. I mean, they have 8 corners on the roster right now. Yeah, they have about 8 corners on the roster right now. 8 of them. So someone has got to get cut. Sometimes J-Mac is high. McMullen is not the most reputable. I'm just reading what he said, that's all. McMullen is a grumpy Gus. I don't take him seriously. Yeah. Beastguard said, Joey, I loved how the Eagles offense used an extra lineman on a lot of plays. Been calling it for a while. Put everybody at the line, utilize our big guys. Yeah, Fred Johnson was like an extra guy, and he was being extra physical too. Pretty cool. Ringo is not better than Jaire. Yeah, I don't get that statement. I don't get that statement at all. You know. Adoree. McMullen doesn't know anything. That's what he said. See, that's a stupid statement. That's dumb. That's a dumb statement compared to what people don't even like about this trade. That's a dumb statement. Take a chance, man. See what you got. Doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? Could Ringo be a part of a trade? I don't know if he has much value. If they can get a 7th round pick for him, I'd be happy. You know? Lane said, Joey, what do you think of the new trade? I think it's good. I think you take a, I think you take a chance on a Jaire Alexander to start CB2 and see what he can. You know what I mean? He's been a healthy scratch the last couple weeks. He's healthy, ready to come in, play, and see what he could do. I mean, that's really all I can really say about it. I mean, until I see him play, I really don't know what else is going to happen, you know? McMullen puts himself out of there as the pass rebel, but he toes the company line. He'll have to hold his hot takes out there. So is that what happens? Like these people that work for these media companies now, like they have to say like out of the ordinary, they have to say shit that's going to piss off Eagle fans to get their fucking viewership up. Like, is that like part of their job? Oh yeah, make sure today you talk about like say something totally off the fucking line that pisses Eagle fans off or tweet something out today, you know? I hate that shit. I hate that shit. Xander is like the only one I like listening to. Other than that, that's it. That's it. I am my own entity. I am my own entity. I don't want to work with nobody from that company. I'm glad I don't get it. I mean, probably not because I shit on them all the fucking time. I fucking don't like any of those guys. Besides Xander, I fucking hate all of them. I don't hate them, but you know, I dislike a lot of the shit that they say. Just to get Eagles fans riled up, and you know, this is why certain shows, this is why Mark Holmes and fucking Philly are on specific fucking channels. You know, they need fucking viewership. They need they need help, unfortunately. And obviously YouTubers that have success, and I'm not saying that's me, I'm saying other guys that have bigger channels than I do, or bigger channels in period. That's just the way it goes. You know? Hey guys, we got joggers down. It's pretty badass. It's gonna look good. Yo, Joe, you gotta start going live more. Yeah, I really don't. I mean, I try to go at least twice a week by myself. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I mean, I stream every game every week. You know? But that's what it is, man. We'll see how it goes, you know? Every time, let's see. Xander keeps it real. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't mind Xander at all. I don't mind Xander at all. He's great. The other motherfuckers, though, no. Like, I'm not trying to be like a podcaster. Like, I'm just a dude with a mic that talks about the Eagles and just talks about shit about the team, and that's it. Like, that's it. I have no interest I have no interest in interviewing people. I have no interest in going, you know, I don't have interest in kissing everybody's ass to get passes for practice or on field passes or licking everybody's fucking asshole to get what I want, because I don't do that shit either. So that's just the truth. That's it. If that gets me less success, I'm perfectly fine with it, because this is who I am and this is me, and that's it. You know? Simple as that. Jaire's 28, I think. 28 years old? Am I wrong? 28? And trust me, I'm not the best. I'm like, my takes aren't always right, and my takes sometimes are probably not accurate. I just speak how I feel, and that's it, you know? I would like you to interview people, but you would probably ask too many hard-hitting questions. No, they probably wouldn't be safe questions. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's 28. Okay. It was on Jacob Sportsman. They were talking about Saquon last year. Let's see. LBS has his own style, pretty much the opposite of Sills. They just yelled at each other. Oh, he was on there? Yeah, I couldn't do that. I'm glad I'm never asked to do shit. Thank God, dude. I'm glad that I'm not popular. Like, I don't want to be popular. I really don't. Like, realistically, like, when I'm done with this live stream, I get off the computer and I go to work. I have a 9-to-5 job every day. I hang out with my girlfriend. I'm doing other things. Like, I have other stuff I do. I have other things that I do off of this channel that nobody knows about, that no one's even caught yet. I have other things going on that nobody even. I'm surprised that not a couple people know what I do off of YouTube, or not. I'm not talking about I'm talking about on the internet. I do some other things on the internet as well. Nothing bad, obviously, but um, that nobody even knows about. I'm surprised that no one's even caught it yet, to be honest. Like I said, so. Yeah, Joe, you're a real one, so I'm here. I appreciate it, Nathan. It means a lot, man. You know? See. Drug dealer? No. No. No, I ain't Breaking Bad. I ain't Breaking Bad. Miles says, Joey, do you and Philly ever get to meet up in person and or go to games together ever? No, we talk about the last fucking 4 years. We never have. One day. One day. We promise each other that we will, even if it's like one time. It's tough. During the season, it's tough. You know? I hate Mike Greenberg from ESPN, Mr. Anti-Tush Push, and loves to trash the Eagles about AJ Saga and the Kevin Patula. Oh, of course. I mean, AJ Brown didn't even play in this last game, and they still were. Everybody was fucking shitting on him at that point. You know, but we'll see. We got Jaire for a day 3 pick swap. Yes, another day 3 pick swap for the Eagles. Michael Carter, and now Jaire Alexander. How about that? Only Jaire. We would have been a dynasty with Garrett. How he scammed us all. We wanted Garrett. Tanner McKee Monday. Daniel says, see what happens when your cornerstone running back and your starting QB leave your shit organization. The main thing with the Giants is I don't even know if I think a lot of Giant fans want Daboll fired because they already ruined one quarterback that's playing phenomenal elsewhere, and they ruined a running back that just became a 2,000-yard fucking rusher last year. So she Daniel Jones, damn. Daniel Jones is fucking killing it. I think Brian Daboll might be the big fucking problem. Why don't you spot the team the $40 million it'll take to get Miles, and then they'll think about the 3 number ones pick? It's almost absurd thing. Yeah, because that's even if they trade for Miles Garrett, be like, oh great, and then the season goes well, they win their 3rd championship, and then after the season's over, you're like, oh fuck, they don't got a 1st round pick this year. So then you really have to. Then Howie really has to start making moves, moving up in the draft. I mean, he does that every year. He's always trying to make things happen, but all right, here's Adam Schefter 10 minutes ago. Here we go. Dolphins are willing to listen to offers on any of their players ahead of the Tuesday's NFL trade deadline, but it is, in the words of one play source, highly unlikely that Miami will trade wide receiver Jalen Waddle. Okay, that's fine. We don't care about that. I know the Giants fans want Jalen Waddle. Okay, so this is all about Jalen Waddle. Okay. So Miami is ready to deal some of their defensive linemen. Oh, ESPN is hot garbage. I'm glad they got rid of Skip, but geez, talk about jabronis, himbos, and greasy watch, guys. Let's see. Well, like I said, I'm not giving up 3 firsts for Garrett. Fuck out. He's amazing, but damn. Yeah. That's what's going to cost, unfortunately. It's going to cost you more than one. Washed up Jaire Brown over Garrett. Jaire Brown. We want excellence, not Jaire. Yeah, you're right. Give up all the picks. We should give up our entire draft for somebody. Do that. But other than that, I think that's it. I'm trying to see if there's any other news. I don't think there is, though. I think that's it for the day. By we you mean you. Attention? Yeah, probably. I see what's being written in the chat. It's just so childish. So childish. Like this is what you do all fuck. This is what you do all like we're trying to have like a actual conversation. See, I'm not the asshole that's gonna see I have moderators, I have mods in this. See, any type of mod would have blocked guys by now, but we don't do that shit here. See, in Mark Holmes' chat, I got fucking blocked for absolutely no fucking reason. For asking a question. I got blocked. See? Yeah, Jeremy Fowler says Eagles get a second corner this week and might not be done on the trade front. Definitely not. Definitely not. I know they're not done. They're not done. But we'll trade for Garrett as soon as you get off. No. I honestly will be legit fucking pissed if they do that, to be honest. We'll trade for Garrett as soon as you get off. That's Ricky Waters how that ends up. I made friends with the mods where they keep me unhidden if someone does. Mark Holmes blocked me. Yeah. Or his fucking stupid fucking mods did. I really don't give a shit. You know, I hate those fucking dudes that only talk to other, like, see, like, I feel like there's only people only associate with me because I'm friends with Philly. I think that's been the truth to it all. And like, I asked Mark a question. I sent him a fucking super chat one day. I don't know if it was a year and a half to like 2 years ago about the Cowboys. It was a literal question, like a literal question about the team. Like I had a literal question about it. And he like made a fucking joke about me. And then I got fucking blocked. So, yeah. So, is what it is. I hate motherfuckers like that. I really do. I do. I don't involve with people like that. Like, see, Mark won't talk to me because I'm not on his level or I don't have the amount of subscribers that he has. Like, they only talk that you're only worthy of talking to certain guys like that if you have something to give back. You have something that they fucking want or something to give back. So they're pretty fucking disgusting, honestly. I'm not really afraid to say about any of it. I'm not really afraid to talk about any of it because it's just fucking true. Like I hate how people fucking act. Like I really do. Simple as that. Like I don't trash anybody's channels or people make content, people do their thing. But like when I get disrespected like that, you're fucking. I don't care if he's friends with Philly or not. I don't fucking give a shit. I got disrespected. I've never done a fucking thing to the fucking guy because I'm an Eagles fan asking a question and gave him fucking and super chatted fucking money and still didn't even answer my fucking question. Still got disrespected and made a fucking joke. So, and that's I've already talked about this before. Everybody kind of fucking knows that. So. I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm not that entertaining channel that flips out or does stupid shit for fucking. I feel like there's too much of that going around. Too much of that bullshit going around. But it is what it is. What else we got here? Let's see. Howie Roseman has now made 8 trades since start of training camp, not to mention multiple signings and an unretirement. If there isn't criminal difference on a player who's 90th guy from a guy who's on the street, we're going to make that change, Roseman said. Yeah, got to make more moves. Here. See. Terrence says, Joey, why'd you make a video on Sills but won't go live with him? Because I wasn't asked to go live. I mean, don't I have to be asked? I still wouldn't do it. I said my piece. He said something ridiculous. I made a video about it, and then he made a video back, and then I left it alone. That's it. So the only reason why that video was answered because it got fucking viewership. It got views. That's the only reason why. That's it. So I never got invited. I don't want to be invited. I could care less. I don't need to talk to grown-ass men that don't know, I just don't need to be involved in shit like that. Like, I'm not in the entertainment business of YouTube crashing out and trying to get people pissed off and running troll jobs on a whole fucking fan base. That's it. I've seen good moments from Sills too. I've seen actually him talk football, and he knows his shit. I just think he likes to play around with people's hearts. So that's it. He likes to piss off the fan base. That's just what it is. It works, and that's good for him. See here. As I always took your channel, as you want to talk about football, you're not looking for fame or likes or chasing anything. I hope it never. No, it's never. I've been the same way since I fucking started. It's never going to change. I still talk to the same like I brought on Spunky yesterday, one of my good friends on YouTube I met from the beginning. He doesn't even have a channel. You know what I mean? I have nothing bad to say about anybody, but when I get disrespected personally, that's when then that's when I'm fucking like. If it's football related, I don't care. I could have went back and forth for what? I mean, over this team, over stupid shit, though. There was a rumor report 30 minutes ago about Phillips from Miami. Yeah, it was already. Here, let me bring that up since you brought it up just now. Yeah, here it is. Philadelphia Eagles, this is from Cameron Wolf, by the way. Does the Philadelphia Eagles would like to trade for Dolphins edge Jalen Phillips at the right price per source? I told Vic Fangio thinks highly of Phillips from their year together in Miami 23. He would help fill Eagles' need for another pass rusher. But it says multiple teams have reached out to significant interest in trading for Dolphins pass rushers Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb. Miami have been hesitant. But with trade deadline Tuesday, Dolphins may now be willing to make a move. I think part of that is the original GM and Greer that just got fired after that Thursday night game. A day after that Thursday night game, he got fired the next day. I think didn't want to give up a lot of players. And now with, what's his name? Champ Kelly or what the fuck's his name? The new interim GM for the Dolphins now. I think they're more open to getting rid of some of those defensive linemen. So it's not over. It's not over. I think that was a good trade. Cooper stays at slot corner. Michael Carter comes in the rotation for Cooper. Should be interesting. Yeah, they play base. Cooper plays the outside. Michael Carter comes in the inside. So now they have a reliable inside guy in Michael Carter if they play base. So, Fangio doesn't have to be, they can actually move Cooper if they have to. which is good. And then in nickel, you'll have obviously what's his face coming in at CB2, Jaire Alexander, and then you'll have Cooper DeJean on the inside. So I think you're good. I think you're good. It just needs to work out. You know? Nate says, to be honest, you're only YouTube I donate to unless it's a terrible call. I appreciate it, dude. I don't tell people to donate. Nobody has to donate anything. As long as, like, if you watch me for 10 seconds, I'm happy. You know what I mean? Like, if you at least click the video, it helps. Just you clicking on you can click on the video and get out of the video. Like, just giving me that view. It helps tremendously. You know what I mean? Helps a lot, you know? All matters. Yeah, that's interesting. It actually gives him some tricky looks now, what I think about. Ghostway says, yo, Joey, what's your thoughts on the trade? It's a good trade. I mean, it's a low risk, high reward move. You're getting a guy right now that's healthy, okay, and that can take over that CB2 spot, you know, and it's just we don't know what Jaire Alexander is going to look like, and you're hoping he's going to look better than what you have in the building right now. And you're talking Adore, you're talking, obviously, Keely Ringo. So a former Pro Bowler, you know, that's at 28 years old right now, and could come in as a CB2 and do some good things, you know. It's a good trade for a 6th-round pick. I mean, that's good. A day 3 pick swaps for next year. Just good. Raven fan says he's washed. Yeah, I think partly because they have a lot of good corners that they're good at corner right now. So they had a lot of corners in front of him, you know. So I don't listen to what other fan bases say. It just Howie Roseman might make the right moves. He makes the right moves, you know. This might be a good move. It might be a bad move, but at least he's trying. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Hey, Nathan, appreciate the super chat, buddy. You don't have to do that, buddy. I appreciate it so much. A whole lot, man. A whole lot. Means a lot. I think that's going to be it. We went through our positives of this trade, the negatives, the trolls, some extra talk that I probably didn't need to talk about, but it is what it is. I'm very open to talking about stuff. You know what I mean? Whether it's positive, negative, or just truthful, you know? So I'm going to end this stream, get off the stream and just do whatever, you know, it's just, this is how it is over here. There's nothing. I'm hoping I'm not getting sick again. I was just sick a few weeks ago, but yeah. I think that's it. So Jaire Alexander is a Philadelphia Eagle. The Eagles enjoy watching football tomorrow. What's the schedule for tomorrow? Giants play at 1. I know the Cowboys or Washington plays on Sunday and Monday night. Don't they both play on Sunday and Monday night? Giants and Commanders. I think both teams play separately on Sunday night and Monday night, I think. I forgot, actually. I don't know. But all right, peoples. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate the super chats. Appreciate all the likes. Appreciate everything. All the support today. We'll be back with a video. I'll have a video for tomorrow morning. Hopefully. And enjoy watching football tomorrow. I'm not streaming any games. I'm going to relax tomorrow. I just did a whole bunch of, my body's killing me. I just cleaned that whole yard out of Halloween stuff today. So, we're looking for a defensive end trade. And obviously, if it breaks, I will be here as usual. Oh, I'm correct. Okay, cool. So, all right. So we're definitely not doing the shakedown tomorrow. I would say maybe during the day. Well, no, actually, probably not. I would say Monday would be the most realistic for the shakedown, probably, because we'll definitely have a lot to discuss when we get back on. So, all right, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you guys on the next one. Shakes Hood Files Fly. Peace out, guys. Love you guys. And peace.